Oh, that get in your eyes? Oh.
John falls to his feet and starts crying.
Oh no.
Well, that. I think I preferred the dancing.
Right? If you have a gate open, it's a two-way street. So they could just come right back through. Go ahead.
Okay, that's like a bad roll, but like.
I think I could help with that.
Like if someone just heals me as I'm doing it, like I could keep this going all day.
What have I done? Okay, Avalor.
I could probably seal it one way, the gate.
I can at
When I
least
was
get
studying
25.
last night, I learned how to create a kind of a bridge that can support my friends but won't let my enemies step upon it. If I just cast it vertically in front of the gate, they couldn't move back through it.
Ooh.
What are they cooking?
Let them cook.
I would like to sit on the saddle of the cavalier and misty step myself onto the horse.
Oh damn! You got that for your birthday.
What the actual are you doing?
I'm riding a horse.
I'm on a horse. You're on a greasy horse, but you're on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
Okay, you teleport onto the fiend, this burning horse of evil, with the saddle, which wraps itself around. And according to the saddle of the cavalier, you can't be dismounted against your will, and attacks against it have disadvantage.
And I'm gonna talk to it in Infernal, because I know Infernal to try and have the horse be friends with me.
Great, now I have to roleplay a horse.
Ariana will go back and say, Sig, is Nightshade gonna kill Garnet in this situation?
I've never seen this in my life.
That's not a no.
I don't know.
That's also not a yes.
I don't know what to say.
That's not helpful.
We're dealing with magic we've never experienced before, Ariana.
Oh God, Ariana's gonna try to absorb elements.
Okay, what element are you absorbing?
Dark.
Is that on the list of elements you can absorb with the spell?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think I like panned up my map and I saw that Brock's Kirby was just engulfed. Oh my God! Python rolls and up and on fire. I think you'll.
And the Marid, this genie, shouldn't be able to arrive here. Ioth Academy is still technically protected by the dome, even if it's weakened. But it caught... I know, yeah, most protected place on Earth. Been attacked 12 times this year. Sue me.
Yeah. Safe, smile.
Exactly. Any safers in chat? But the Marid essentially hitchhiked on that pole of magic. When the water elemental came up, it sort of followed along with it. It drafted behind it, and that's how it was able to arrive. And there's your natural 20.
I just like the part where you say you came down a pole. I just stuck to that. Elemental stripper. Fuck.
Can I get fan art of Dubasif pole dancing, please? I'm gonna file a request for that.
Duba Queen.
Duba cheeks.
I mean, when
How
we
does that
say the
work?
pants are tight, the thing is like how like I'm thinking about like the materials that would be used to make pants and how tight they physically could be. And can we just turn him upside down and
Let the problem sort itself out.
let gravity do its job? Because like in a world without elastic, pants can only be so tight and still like let you walk.
That's wise.
I watch too much YouTube about historical clothing.
It is Paramir, and the pants are pretty tight.
Oh my
But, like-
God.
Do not type lead pants into Google. You are not going to get a search that is going to be, my goodness, that's a big thing. Jeez.
Well, now I want to.
So, what does the hungry dark feel like? Do you smell anything?
I don't know if it's what I'm smelling, but it often smells a little bit like baked goods.
Well, that sounds lovely.
That does not.
Like cinnamony?
Ariana, no.
It's called the hungry dark.
Not hungry for the food. It's hungry for dark.
But it's weird that it smells like something good. If it's
Wait.
supposed to be bad.
Are you hungry dark affiliate too? Ariana?
Huh?
Because you smell food all the time.
But I'm just hungry. I don't think I'm dark.
I take a closer look, but do not touch it.
Again, it's about yay big, beautifully carved, smells like fresh cedar. Like it's very aromatic with that almost sweet wood smell, and clearly hand carved, handcrafted.
Oh my God.
The lid slides off. It's carved into grooves on top of the box.
Could be a mirror in there.
Okay, who did that?
My bad. I just
Who
saw a
did
card. I thought it was cool. I was not supposed to click that.
This is why we don't let you drive the car.
It was just like, cool, there's cards.
And it was the void too. That's like
Oh.
for seekers, and magic dampens sound in these quarters, quieting boisterous visitors and heavy snoring.
And other things. I mean,
and other
we're all
things.
thinking it.
Are we though? Are
mean-
we?
These cheeks don't clap themselves. Just saying.
Colonel,
I've been feeling
I'm trying to sneak
right,
around.
baby.
But I'm stomach thick. The clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. All right. So do you guys just want to spend the night and then get breakfast and do this thing?
Please,
Yeah,
God,
let's go.
yes.
Yeah.
Release me from this hell.
Garnet, why does Merrick have authority over the tribes of Okarthal? How can he manipulate them?
DM question. What's the tribes of Carthel again?
The
That's
dragon
right.
tribes,
No.
the 10 dragon tribes.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not very lore versed, okay?
No, that's fine, that's
20
fine.
Into, by the way.
By the way, Barrick's a dragon. One of it. Oh yeah, the dragon tribes.
Oh yeah, okay. The math is not mathing up right now.
Then tell me everything you believe may have occurred.
You ever heard of the ass snake?
I don't know.
Oh, he said ass snake.
I don't know what they preach where you come from, mortal, but that's not actually a problem. We don't really care. That's, whatever keeps being alive joyful, you keep being alive joyful. That's not my concern.
They're assassins. They're basically ninjas, Dexterity is what they're good at. That said, they don't have evasion. They all take the damage in the face. They're all significantly weakened. And you blow a hole in the side of the tent, and Untermaler is going to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oops. He's
Oh, these
fine.
damn kids and their fireballs.
He's fine.
Back in my day, you did 5 minutes of trigonometry to make sure no one was in the blast radius.
Well, you guys didn't teach me that. I was born this way, so.
Ariana, Garnet said like high five against Slay.
Yeah, slay. Actually, slay them.
All right. So he's just standing there minding his own goddamn business when a giant fireball goes off and singes him for 21 points of damage.
Bargo here to smash things. Bargo gonna smash corn into pieces. Bargo have fork with lots of muscles.
Bargo have loose grasp of grammar.
Bargo went to fighting school. Not grammar school.
Fair enough.
So it's just this guy trying to be summoned.
He's trying to summon himself.
I will go have my shadows teabag the teleportation zone. Proceed to teabag.
I need you
in
to
an
roll,
effort to taunt.
I need you to roll a persuasion check to convince the Phoenix Knights not to immediately smite the hell beast that you're riding on.
The horse I'm on? Well, it's because I'm riding the horse. They need to be persuaded not to
Yeah,
dismount
because it's
me?
evil. It's a fiend. It's in league with the Infernals. It is an abomination that must be purged.
But it's just a baby.
A malevolent. It's not a baby. As it as it paws at the crushed skulls of the devils.
Eats the corpse of its former rider.
The two Phoenix Knights sort of look at each other.
It's fine.
And they're going to steel themselves against the malevolent force attempting to rise. Let's say Mia Hethil, because he's right in the middle of 3-player characters. So, you know, him in particular.
I take it the burning didn't kill it.
Yeah, roll 1d10, but it's fire resistant, so. Bonk.
Where is Mr. Reaction with a ward guy?
He used it. That shit's gone.
Oh, gone for
Bonk.
forever?
Well, until his next long range. A long rest.
La la la. La la la.
Don't need no wards for dealing with these fucking idiots.
That should be one of your sub sounds on your channel.
It should be. It really should be.
Well, so much for my terrifying monster. Guess I'll just, you know, die.
Pulls pin, throws pin.
Okay. All right. This is a ridiculous plan, and they're going to go with it.
I prefer the one where we don't die, so I like this.
They go away
Also,
after
I
an
need some
hour.
earplugs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so
Someone gonna heal me?
yeah, they're already like coming back with healing potions in crates. You know, like 24 packs of healing potions.
Just got a shot at a healing potion.
It's like a study session all over again. It's just chugging Red Bull.
Once again,
Red Bull give you fiends.
Not what I expected to be happening today.
Hi.
Okay, describe this devil's fate at the claws of Slobber Chops.
He gets like whipped around, lands on his head, still like conscious and alive. Slobs just starts like going at his ass, just like and just disembowels him.
Oh.
Like I imagine the camera pans away and you hear a sound like a wood chipper, and you just gore spewing off to the side. It's like somewhat, you know, discretionary shot, but everybody
His legs are like,
And then Slobber Chops' face comes up into the screen, covered in gore, and it just does the one like, you know, the one like aggressive face lick. Yep.
I hate exactly what it is. I hate everything I stand for.
You have no idea what's going through her head right now. If you were perhaps a little bit more perceptive, you would see the face of somebody who never wanted to be a mother, who never planned to be a mother, who's dedicated her life to gathering power so that she's never in a position where she's vulnerable again and where she won't be used for anyone else's purposes ever again, and yet finds herself having to talk to this teenager about drugs. Like, never anticipated this and is now trying to figure out the best way to go about it. Okay.
When a mummy drug and a daddy drug love each other very much,
Okay.
they do a special cuddle.
Shut up, Link Day. Unless you have expertise or anything in art.
Okay, that's, you know, that's...
Not even Madorn can penetrate the deep.
Wait, does Evil Gang have one more inspiration?
I'm checking for Evil Gang inspiration. Please stand by.
Quan, what, used 2?
I have one left.
Okay.
I have one left for Quan. So I'm going to count this for Evil Gang. Go ahead and roll that again.
All right. Also, let's change the name to Alex. Just just for. Wait, no way. What?
It was meant to be.
Huh?
Evil Gang just got their shit.
It just really be like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Holy fuck.
It doesn't do anything for you.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry. It doesn't stack to become immunity.
Okay.
They give you one anyways because like they don't necessarily know, but yeah, everybody now has one potion of necrotic resistance.
I'll just slide mine over to Athalor.
All right, you have 2 potions of necrotic resistance.
You got a lot of potions on you. You're the potion guy.
Thanks. I didn't elect to become a potions guy, but hey, I'm not that magical anymore. So might as
Yeah,
well.
what else do you do? Am I right? So...
I'll carry the keg.
Got a celebration Gatorade that you can hose us with after. Iron flask.
Pop a cork out.
Don't ever do that motion again.
Why?
Disadvantage.
Eldritch Blast to the face at the werewolf. I refuse to flinch.
And a nat 20. Critical hit.
I'm just going to reach out, grab him in the face, and just...
Another 21 points of force damage. Oof. Do you want to tell them or should I?
It's not looking good, chat.
Oh no.
Toddleheim.
Oh no.
Drops to 0.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
What an excellent time to use a Raidspiration.
All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and knock that one off immediately.
Oh, we're starting strong, boys and girls.
Oh, now you get the double ones. It's not me anymore.
What am I, Alex?
Do you have any more nonsense in your bag of tricks?
Yeah, I do have 2 extra.
I just
lucky
want to
die.
test. Yeah, it's a you problem.
Okay, here's my lucky die. That one's better. It's a skill issue. What can I say?
Skill issue.
Seems like pieces of the Herald. It is a dream toxin. It has contaminated this entire room, everywhere that it's spread, to poison. Welcome, everybody, to Coriander Society Adventures. I'm your host, John Adventures, and the human mind was an evolutionary maladaptation. I am joined on our 5th edition Dimension Hopping campaign by Josie, Vaughn, and Ninja Man Matt. Josie, how are ya?
I'm doing good. Cat napping the day away because it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. We're in
mood.
California. For those joining us from afar, this is novel. This is going to be like the only topic of conversation.
Yeah, it's raining. That's weird in California, and I work outdoors, so when it's raining, we don't work. So
you're also going to hear a million dads and dad adjacent people saying, "Well, we really needed the rain. We could definitely use the
rain." we do.
No, it's right, but like,
it is both valid and like a meme.
Yes.
I can't. Okay, so I made a joke one time when I was like a lifetime ago when I was a broadcaster. I made a joke about how something was a Canadianism despite it not being, but that was like, it was very obviously a joke, right? And someone took me seriously. So I'm going to continue that line of thought and say, well, it's Canadian culture to talk about the weather as like a integral part of any conversation.
Wait. Do Canadians have the thing where they brag about having 4 seasons, all 4 seasons?
We don't have 4 seasons.
Oh.
We have 12.
But you
Because
have two
you have to
kinds.
account. You have to account for winter, fake spring, second winter,
11
construction. Yeah, there's a huge number of them.
Construction.
You know?
Okay, that's fair. Construction. That's fair. But the thing is, Californians don't like the British also habitually talk about the weather as a cultural thing. Californians don't because it's sunny and 70, like always.
We
So-
only, I mean, the biggest thing is like when it rains and when there's an earthquake. That's when, that's when you really get California.
Oh, did you feel it where you were?
I know I have a lot of Californian friends because every time an earthquake happens, I hear about it. Not because I go seek it out.
Yeah,
because
it's just
like,
social.
Yeah. What's
used-
really funny though, there was one time where there was an earthquake here where I live, which is not normally known for its earthquakes. And no one reacted, which was very disappointing. I was like, it's my turn. Show up.
You guys
I
feel
pay
that?
attention to your
Feel what?
earthquakes, pay attention to mine.
It used to be you go to like the National Seismological website to see if an earthquake happened. Now you just check social.
Yeah. Well, see, if you have earthquakes in other areas, Californians are like, yeah, welcome to my world. But like, we have an earthquake here, and we're like, did you feel that?
In fairness, when everyone else gets snow, like when y'all down south get snow, we get to have that. That's our version of
right.
I remember when our friend Will came to visit from England, and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
that inverse thing where he came
That's
out. and
when
was
this
like, "Oh my
campaign
gosh."
started.
Yeah, actually. And he came out and he was like, "Oh, there's so much sun. This is incredible." He was like so blown away by the sun. And we're like, "Oh yeah, man, sun." And then while he was here, it was raining a lot. And we're like, "Oh man, I can't believe." And he was like pissed. He was like, "I can't believe," or I'm not gonna butcher his accent. Like, "I can't believe there was freaking, rain out here. Like, I see rain all the time. I wanted the sun." And we're like, "Whoa, it's raining." He's like, pish posh applesauce. What the hell, man?
And meanwhile, we're all looking at each other like, "Oh, we could really use the rain. We really need the rain.
We could really use the rain." Yeah, exactly.
We really needed this.
Speaking of rain, it was 4 degrees Celsius outside today.
Woof.
It's going to be -7, I think, Celsius tonight.
In Freedom units, -7's like in the 20s, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 53 Fahrenheit here, and
Which is
everybody's like,
freezing.
everybody's like, oh, better start our indoor
Yeah.
fire and like turn on the heater and
The Californians are wearing their Uggs,
Yeah.
I mean, for context, that's basically the temperature here today. It's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But that's
it's warm
weird
here.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
I was wearing a
very cold.
t-shirt at work today because it was so I was so hot.
See, I love the brisk weather. I often say I have no fashion sense, but that's not true. I only have 2 fashion senses. One of them is cape or cloak kid from high school. And the other is Mr. Autumn Man. So, like pea coats and fisherman caps and scarves.
I
like
fear you live in
Layering.
the wrong. I fear you
Layering
live in the
is-
wrong part of the world for that.
Yes, I don't get to wear that, so I just get to be a schlub.
layering is like the best fashion out there.
It's very difficult to do where, it's not actually freezing. Anyways,
Do you know how hard it is being a goth in California?
every summer it's like check in on your goth friends, make sure that they're, not unconscious. LaFon, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Ramadan started today. So, actually that's one of the reasons why the conversation ran a little later than usual. Usually get this out earlier, but I showed up the latest today. Normally I'm the first one in. Today I was the last one in, so
The secret podcast got started a little late. Well, always happy to share an evening with you. Matt, I'm sorry I didn't quite get to you when your mouth was full like a good server staff, so I'm gonna have to ask you now, how are you? Oh, thank you.
The meal's quite good.
Thank
I
you
feel
for
better.
asking. My compliments to my wife because that was delicious. No, I had to scarf down my meal because I literally was rushing to get home.
I told you that Bren on the original Casters and Castles campaign, he was eating at the beginning of like every episode. Every single time.
I mean,
I don't hate it.
I every time I show up, there's almost always food like near me. So,
For the record, you're allowed to eat on
I
the
usually-
show. You're just not allowed to talk with your mouth full.
I usually come back from break with dinner.
Yeah, I tried to go off screen. Usually I'm kind of like muting and doing this, like, like doing a meerkat.
I will say it is somehow. I don't mean this in an insulting way. So just to
thank you for opening
just
with that.
to clarify before
I'm not going
I
to
say
take it insulting now that you've said
no,
that.
before I say this, somehow by hiding from the camera when you're eating, it makes it seem more sinister than if you just ate on camera.
Oh, that's what I'm going for.
I just realized I need a button that makes curtains close over a frame.
Oh, that's incredible.
Like just curtains close, and so I can do that, and then I can do it again, and the curtains open up for you.
That's great. I love that.
I probably won't do that, but I should.
But yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking, Joseph. How are you?
I'm not dead.
Good. That was very deer in the headlights. Good job.
Well, that's because I said the nihilistic thing I was going to say if anyone asked me how I was at the beginning of the show. So, like, I don't have a new response.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to use pre-programmed responses multiple times.
No, but I just did that one. So I guess I could say that the universe does not require sentience to be beautiful. It doesn't matter if anybody's here to see it. And in fact, it'd be better off if there wasn't.
Damn.
Now let's play games about dragons and laser guns.
Yay. We're going to spend the whole time talking about politics, aren't we?
Maybe
I
philosophy.
mean, isn't that
religion.
most of D&D?
I just want some dragon. Can I just get some dragons and laser guns in my dragons and laser gun stream, please? God.
Wait, you're voting for dragons and laser guns and not minotaurs and Triton?
That was supposed to be private. Dressing.
You are
We were
a
gonna bring
literal
that up on
fascist.
stream.
You are literally Hitler.
You see Yasmin take her manifesto and just hide it under a desk somewhere. We're not doing politics today. My bad.
It's like, your politics are extreme, but they're not extreme enough. Therefore, you're the enemy.
Yeah, for those looking for what Josie was talking about, look up the staff.
What staff?
Oh, I thought
What was I talking about?
We were thinking about very different things then.
I was just thinking about something that was also a monster and a weapon. What were you thinking about?
Well, no, remember in the chat we all are in, there was the staff that was posted, and it's about a minotaur and a caduceus, and it looks like, monster smut.
I don't remember that actually.
Processing. Oh!
Go to the Shadow Realm. Check out the Shadow Realm.
Okay, well, the Shadow Realm is that's for tomorrow's show, not for today's show.
And does not simply mention that in public.
That's why I was surprised when you were like,
It's so-
minotaurs and tridents, and I was like, oh my.
It's so funny because like a lot of Discord servers, not all of them, but a lot of them have like a designated not safe for work channel. And even after the one on our friend cord, like it was originally created, and then it got a few more people arrived. Drozy arrived and immediately got even saucier. But it's still
You actually made a saucier channel when Drozy got
all
here.
things considered, it's still like really tame compared to
The thing is like a lot of like the designated Discords, like a lot of the designated like channels in Discords that I'm in for that, a lot of the time it's not like posting for like just straight up porn or erotica. A lot of times it's just like funny shit with like some off-color like
It's a little
nudity
racy.
or
Yeah.
something that you wouldn't want to see at work, but like it's not just
actually NSFW, not
Yeah.
adults
It's
only.
It's more like us going, "Hey guys," it's not like it's not like
NSFW chat sounds better than
it's like primarily just like dick jokes, but like not that are worded in a way that is like safe to browse. during
Okay,
work.
to be fair, most of our meme channels are dick jokes, but most of our Shadow Realm jokes are jokes with dicks in them. So it's a slight difference.
Okay, all right.
It's a little more in the face dick jokes.
It's a little more in your face. People like having dicks in their face sometimes. So it's it's what happens. We've all met a Karen at a Wendy's. It happens. This is
What?
Hey, so
I do
we're in the living
not
room.
Need further clarification? I have no further questions.
Like one of two people who, if told you don't want to know, will actually say okay and stop.
Let's see. How would I describe Wendy's to a Canadian? Do you have like, a maple?
Hey, don't
restaurant.
Canadians have Wendy's?
We have Wendy's.
Sir, the only difference is in America they say, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." In Canada they say, "I'm sorry, sir, this is a Wendy's." That's like literally it.
Also, that joke,
Hey.
that joke also
Hey.
doesn't land because I've been to the States multiple times. I've been to Wendy's in the States. Worst experience of my life. by the
I
way.
like the idea that if you cross to the Canadian border, like there's no such thing as fast food. They speak an entirely
they've
different
never eaten a
language.
cheeseburger. It's not because it's
Yeah,
not
they're like,
loose.
like
It's the Fey realm. You forget about all your time in the States, and now when you come back, you forget about everything you did over there, and it might be years before you return. Who knows?
They're like, yeah, I was just at the mall.
little-
You
that's
know,
a
a
little more-
mall
that's a
is
little
this
more on the nose
big
than I'd like
place
it
where
to
there's
be.
a lot of stores.
Do you have cars in Canada?
The
No,
movie or like the
remember,
vehicle?
they drive around boats. Remember, they row
No,
around boats
it's
in the
moose
sea.
and polar bears.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah, moose and polar bears.
you got to get moose
Actually,
insurance.
I will say this. On that note, the A&W in Canada and the A&W in the States are different.
Because the A&W in the States was combined with the KFC or some crappy fast food chain, so it just brought the A&W
Yeah, well, it used to be the same
quality
company.
down.
A&W US and A&W Canada used to be the same company, but they split off at some point. And so like all the things that people talk about A&W being like, oh, back in the day, that's just A&W Canada today.
Yeah, there's one A&W that I know of on the way up to Big Bear, the back way up Big Bear. It's still strictly only an A&W, and it's the only one that I will ever visit if I so get the inclination, because it's still as it was.
Okay, when you say the back way, that's the desert route, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Just remembering. It's been a long time.
not the way that you go up where you see the
There's-
lake.
In Big Bear, there
Oh,
are three ways up into Big Bear where the three of us, excuse the Canadian, were raised. Big Bear Valley, it's a ski resort like a couple hours out of LA. When they say that you can go skiing in the morning and surfing in the afternoon, that's how you do it. You go from Big Bear to LA. But there's only three ways up into the mountain. So back in 2003, when the fires hit, as soon as the fires blocked off one route, they evacuated the whole valley. Those three are the front way, which involves going up a freeway they call the Arctic Circle, which is very, very
Rim of the
steep.
world.
Yeah, rim of the world. Very like sheer, steep cliffs and switchbacks. There's the, what is it, the 38? That's like the normal
That's
way.
one that goes through. That's one that goes through Jenks Lake,
Yeah, like very beautiful, much
Angeles Oaks.
Yeah, it's a lot
lower
more scenic.
slopes. Yeah.
It's not quite as like, whoa, look at all that. That's a big fall.
Yeah, the edge of the rim of the world is really beautiful.
Like you
We've seen
see
it,
the
but-
7,000 feet elevation in the front way, but when you go the side way, it's like, oh, this is nice, and it's just this nice like whoop whoop, and there's a lot of fog there.
Yeah, and then the back way is you're driving through the goddamn desert.
Yeah,
So
it's
Meth road.
It's a
Meth
desert.
road.
It's a desert that then turns into like a chaparral that then eventually becomes like kind of a wood. Eventually,
it's like
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
That's how it always works.
The thing I would say about the back way though is that it's like really, really slow ascent to the high desert, and it's almost all desert. Then suddenly you go up these like switchbacks at an incredibly steep angle, and bam, you're in the mountains.
Yeah, you got one way that's like steep. You're mostly through forest the whole way. You got the one that's like a nice grade all the way up, mostly forest through the whole way. And then you have the desert way that's like a mixture of both, where most of the time it's like steady. And then I would say like the last like 15 or so miles, you're just like woo, woo, woo.
Also,
woo.
I would like to add that the front way and the side way usually take about like an hour and some change. You can get down the back way in like 25 minutes if you really like hustle and you're being
Yeah.
real dangerous. Like you can haul ass down the back way, and I wouldn't recommend it, but you can get down there quick.
Like it's way longer in terms of mileage, but so much of
Yeah.
it is flat that
Not if you're going to Victorville.
Not if you're going to Victorville. Anyways, it's now 30 minutes
You know what?
Play a game, not do a podcast.
I'm not.
I forget.
I'm not actually complaining. I'm just checking in with everybody.
I just feel bad for our Canadian friend. That's all.
I mean, now it's my turn to talk about like the area I grew up
Ooh,
in.
please.
No, I will not do that to you.
So
Tell me about
the
mythical land of
minutia
Rivendell.
of the
The
grocery.
problem is I'd have to go through all 15 seasons. And it changes, you know.
Can you present this as a chart?
Let's take
I'm a visual
Lafon to
learner.
Big Bear.
My last aside, have you seen the Canadian measurement chart? It's
No.
to me, it's like normal because that's just how Canadians measure things. But everybody I show it to who's not Canadian is like, that makes no sense at all.
Don't you
Because
just
we
use
measure like
metric?
15 different things.
Oh no, yeah, here we go. What are you measuring? Speed, metric, distance? Is it your height? Yes. Imperial. No. Is it a long distance? Yes. Metric. No. Is it related to work? Yes. Imperial. No. Metric. What are you measuring? Temperature?
Oh.
Is it for cooking? Yes. Fahrenheit. No. Is it the pool's temperature? Yes. Fahrenheit. No. Celsius. Mass. Is it your weight? Yes. Then pounds. No. Is it very heavy? Yes. Then kilograms. No. Then pounds. Volume. Is it for cooking? Yes. Cups and spoons. No. Metric.
Like
okay, so you know what? Canada's closer to us than I would imagine, because like whereas we don't buy into the whole metric thing most of the time. But you seem to use washing machines too. You're just using
Actually, well, part of the problem is
washing
that we have a lot of American imports when it comes to like machinery like that. So it's just in the stuff that it's originally in. So that uses the American imperial system. The one thing about distance that's incorrect is that we don't use kilometers for distance. We use time.
Right.
Because it's not 100 kilometers away. It's an hour and a half.
Right.
It's not a
30 miles from San Diego east into the valley, into the desert, is very different than 30 miles through the heart of LA.
And I feel like for the most part, you guys might disagree, but I think, and this could be just a California thing, but I think it's just kind of a people thing nowadays. I usually more so use time for distance. I say, I'm a half an hour away. I'm an hour away. I don't think about the miles usually. I'm like, oh yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to get to San Diego to, Orange County. That's kind of how I look at it. And then if it's bad traffic, oh no, it's like, I can't go to LA today. It'll take me 4 hours today.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because a lot of people navigate through GPS now, and what you're seeing, the big number on the GPS now is time to destination, not
the only
miles to destination.
The only times that I want distance are for how far to the next step of the directions and energy consumption. So if you're walking or biking, or if you're worried about gas, you need to know.
There's no difference in a 4 mile drive or 4 minute drive. But if I'm taking a 4 mile hike, I need to fucking know. You know what I mean?
Okay,
we're gonna go hike for a couple of hours. Well, what kind of a couple of hours? Are we hiking 2 miles in a couple of hours, or are we hiking 4 miles? So that's a very different kind of hike.
Is this 15-minute walk for you or for me?
Exactly.
We accidentally did that with a friend when we went hiking. He didn't hike very often. We also didn't know he was super hungover and dehydrated.
Oh no.
We went for a 16-mile hike.
Whoa.
That's not a small hike.
No.
Through a combination of unfortunate things that happened. One of their signposts got knocked down, so we missed the marker for our turn.
Oh no.
2, it was really busy, so the parking lot we intended to use was full, so we had to go further up the mountain and then hike down to our trail, which added a little bit. He was hungover and he wasn't really a hiker, so he didn't have enough water on him. And
he didn't bring water on a 16-mile hike?
No, he did bring water.
Oh, thank
God. But he didn't bring 16 miles of water.
Bring enough.
I see.
So we almost killed him. Not literally, but almost.
Right.
We were getting back. We had about a mile left back to the parking lot. And a biker stopped. A mountain bicyclist stopped. Like, hey, you guys doing okay? You guys want water? And both the guys that I was with were like, no, we're fine. And I was like, yeah, can you please give us some water?
It's like, gentlemen. Oh God, why did you allow me to die? Well, I sent you a helicopter and a boat. And what do you mean?
If someone offers you water,
Freddy on the bike, like, come on, man.
If someone offers you water, there's never a correct unless you know they're actively trying to poison you. No is an incorrect answer all the time.
Take the water, you dehydrated bitch. Under every circumstance, if you're
Yeah.
visiting somebody's home and they're like, "Would you like some water?" Take the water and drink it. You're probably dehydrated.
My wife and
Water's
I-
like the only thing where like I genuinely believe that you shouldn't turn it down because it's not like if someone offers you food and you're like, okay, I don't want to eat that, or like, whatever. That I understand. But water is like the one thing it's like, just take it. Just take it. It's going to cause you no harm and most likely do you good.
Pretend you're a Fremen. That's like a big deal.
Pretend you're a Fremen.
When we used to go to the water park every summer, we were punk ass kids who read Dune way too early.
Punk ass.
And so we'd be standing there at the top of the water slide, and it's just like fountains, and it's just flowing down. And we'd just be like, the Fremen would lose their shit if they saw this. The next year we come there, we say the same exact thing as if it's novel, as if it's insightful.
And the poor kid making $9 an hour at the top of the slide is like,
Just get on the inflatable.
just go. Go down the slide, you fucking nerd.
What if they were secretly like a huge Dune head and they're like, I'm royalty because I control the access to the water. And that's how they get through their day.
I feel like you start out that way, and then you deal with enough piss.
I was gonna say, after enough people
What?
pee in the water, it loses its magic.
Man, there's children. There's children there, right? Like, it's just tons and tons of children. You will not get, like, Disneyland operators don't get away with not dealing with piss. It's just a numbers game. And surrounded by water, it's gonna happen.
It's in everything.
I missed
It's
a very
myth.
key part of this conversation.
What?
I missed a very key part of whatever
Water
you guys are talking
parks?
about.
Water parks? Most of the water in water
Okay.
parks is probably piss.
Well, okay, most. That's an overstatement, but yeah,
It's
you're
it's a
right.
higher parts per million than tap water. I'll tell
That's
you
why
that.
as an
I'll tell you
adult,
what,
that's why
I
as an
wouldn't-
adult, it's far above my piss to water ratio, and I do not go to water
It's far
parks.
above my piss to water ratio. I have a
PTW
piss to
on
water
that is-
ratio. Yeah, it's close to 0, by the way. I'm gonna just be honest about my piss to water
Well, you've been in a public pool before.
I mean, I have. I don't really make that consideration. I just kind of go, I pray to whoever's listening and say, let's get through this,
Like Jesus, I turned this piss into pure water. Chlorinated water.
My body is a machine that turns chlorinated urine into fucking piss. Oh.
Not gonna lie, that's probably a better use of transubstantiation.
Oh man, good one. Sorry.
Now my raised Catholic ass is like, was churning the water to wine? Did that count as transubstantiation? Is that the exact right
I
word?
have no idea.
Anyways.
Is that like one of those things that causes fights to break out at the
Yes.
theology convention?
Because as far as I know, transubstantiation only refers to the transformation of the bread and wine into the, no, for real, it's actually the body and blood of Christ.
But if you're changing it into real actual wine with the
That I
properties.
don't. Well, that's where it's an etymology thing, right?
Oh man, I bet you two collared guys have fist fought this out over the centuries
And
multiple
it's
times.
in the catechism. It is somewhere in the catechism. It has the exact definition for transubstantiation, and it
Mhm.
is half a page long at minimum. But it answers that question.
Probably.
Because, like, when Lot's wife turned into salt, I don't think they call that transubstantiation. So, like,
The first instance in literature of a salty bitch.
A salty bitch.
damn it. So, what are we naming the podcast?
Thank you, everyone. It's been great. Thanks for coming out. Remember to tip your server.
Exactly.
Literally tip
They'll
them
be
over.
here.
Like
They'll
a
be
cow.
here all
Tip them- they need it's what is it? Enrichment. That's what it is.
That's why you should always deal weed to servers. It's like
Excuse me?
It's their enrichment. You're just doing a good deed.
You went to a lot tamer restaurants than I the kitchens that I
waitstaff and backstaff. No, it's a
Yeah.
waitstaff versus backstaff thing. Is what I'm
Wait
gonna say.
staff is definitely a weed thing. Backstaff, that's
like I said, I think the restaurants in the cities that I lived in are a little bit different than the restaurants in the cities you lived in.
unless you're in a Waffle House and then all gloves are off.
You're in trouble.
In Waffle House, the entire crew is straight edge. Because the clientele does enough drugs for everybody. They need to be on.
That is like one slice of Americana I've never experienced. The late night Waffle House. I mean, any version of Waffle. I've never been to a Waffle House. But it's intriguing.
They're wild places.
That's wild considering how much maple syrup you got going on.
That's because they go to real places.
The thing though is, I would feel
there's no way
safer-
Waffle House has actual maple syrup.
Must consume corn syrup.
I would feel
It
safer
may not have
at this
real.
point
Oh, go ahead.
in a Waffle House than I do in most Denny's, though.
That's fair.
Okay, but Denny's is sketch as hell.
Man, what Denny's are you guys going to? I think that's like one of the like last places of like corporate Americana in the.
Not anymore.
in the
So
States.
my wife is from the East Coast, and she was always like, "Oh yeah, fights in the Denny's parking lot." And
Yeah, that's like a thing.
Meanwhile, up in Big Bear, Denny's was the only place that a drama kid could go after the show. So it was always just full of geeks and teenagers, but
Well,
not
until
like
the sugar snorting incident, and then all of us weren't allowed in there because some folks decided to act like fools.
I need to explain when she says sugar snorting incident, she's being literal.
Literal sugar, yeah.
The only sugar snorting thing I can think of is when you put maple syrup on snow and make like a taffy, which is very fun, very delicious.
Does that go in your nose?
No, you actually just eat it.
Then that's not.
It's also there's been a huge thing on social media where that's a Quebecois thing. It's not. It's an Aboriginal thing. And so
calling something that is Aboriginal a Quebecois thing is such a Quebecois thing.
Yes. Yes.
I made this. I made this.
But the end story of that is then the Anglosphere comes and is like, you made this. I made it. It's three layers deep.
Yes. It's the what's that pyramid called? It's not the food pyramid. It's not like
Self-fulfillment period?
No,
oh,
energy.
energy. Oh, yeah.
It has a name, like
The
plants
exchange, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was just talking about this recently. But yes, it's where like
You had to study this shit for more than one class. I was an English major.
Yeah, I know. I should know the name. It's blank. I'm blanking right now.
You're because D&D's on your mind.
It's been a long day of catnapping.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not
A
an easy
long,
job.
hard day of sleeping.
Look, cats. If anyone sleeps like it's their job, it's cats.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter. She will spend literally all day sleeping, and then during the weekday, I'm trying to wake her up, and she's just like, "Oh, 5 more minutes. Oh, I need more time." And then on the weekend, as soon as like the clock strikes 6 a.m., she's like, "Welcome to hell!" And I'm like, "No, we've got nowhere to be." Exactly, time to play.
We're on my time now.
It's like
just today, she was like, "Oh, go ahead."
We are not in a rush to get to our obligations. We are in a rush to get to our free time. I sympathize.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't want to miss out on my free time by sleeping in. Am I crazy?
That's how I know I'm getting
you
old now.
enjoy your
Is that
sleeping.
I actually like don't mind spending my free time sleeping.
I hate it. I do a lot more of it now that I'm getting older. Like I nap way more, but I resent every single one because I could have spent that time hell diving or playing Crusader Kings.
Yeah.
I'll never get that time back to waste.
I'll never get that time back.
I resent every minute that isn't wasted.
But also a good sleep feels so good.
And conversely, no sleep feels bad.
Yeah. Especially when you have 4 cats who at any time will come snuggle with you while you sleep. There's something that just elevates a nap when like you hear the soft little feet coming up to you on the
Yes.
blanket that you're like, okay, this is next level
This
now.
got real. It's like maybe you can make up for all the sleep you denied me in the middle of the night, you little shit.
Right? Fortunately, mine are good at night, but around 5:30 is the like, hey, it's breakfast time. Sun's up. Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to morning, sleepyhead.
Wake up, bitch. Baby's hungry.
Okay. When last we left our heroes, they have returned to the Pyre Space system, where the great elven court of Fluris, the preeminent spelljamming power of the entire system, is also host to a task force comprised of the elves of Fluris, the superintelligent AI of the Exarchate, and the psionic knights of the House of Voski, a organization brought together from 4 worlds. Earth, Oscus, Pyre Space, and Lacunas, if anyone's asking. With a single purpose, to defeat the Mind Flayers, who for 100 years have held the planet called the Forge, homeworld of the orcs and the dwarves, in an iron grip. Having returned from a dangerous quest with the legendary Annulus in hand, they met with the leaders of the Forge task force and started to make their plan. Invading and liberating an entire planet is no small matter, and it will take the resources of multiple civilizations to pull off. As such, the plan to liberate the Forge is a plan that will take years, if not decades, of execution. But the plan to stop the Illithid invasion of the rest of the system is what's happening first. The task force leaders have decided that the first phase of this operation will consist of getting intel on the enemy, identifying key targets, and forming elite strike teams to inflict enough damage on those targets to thwart or completely set back the invasion. Fortunately, being high-level characters who have done a lot of networking, our heroes don't have to do everything this time around. However, there are a couple of places where their unique skills have been called upon or requested for help. The big mission right now is to form your elite task forces and make sure that they have the bombs, the tools, etc. that they need. So, this is a gather your allies type phase of the campaign. Gather your allies and decide who's going on the Mass Effect mission, that kind of thing.
The immediately after the meeting with the White Ghost and
Hara,
especially after being emboldened by Hara, I want to go look through my notes on when we killed the when we interrogated the Illithid in the Chain of Tears on that little asteroid thing, because I have an idea of a weapon of mass destruction and terror. The Illithid are a dead-end species, correct? Meaning that the way they expand themselves is not through biological means, but instead by controlling and converting other species.
Well, one would argue that seramorphosis is a biological process, but
right, but it's not biological in the way that like having children is.
Right.
That's what I mean. The idea that's coming to mind is I want to go look through my notes really quickly and talk to any of the foremost people who have access to medical and biological skills, because I know from Oscus and also from the fact that I have genetic purification that being able to warp flesh is something that can be done. If we can create a disease that does not spread to entities that are similar to us in kind, right? But target specific cellular makeup of illithid, then we could spread a, and I'll loop Hara into this idea. We could put a disease planet-wide that will target exclusively the genetic markers of the illithid.
You want to make the genophage. That's what you're planning.
No idea what a genophage is, but shout out to our +1 XPs, everyone.
Yeah.
So, Matt, for context, at the end of the big meeting, Hara stopped Yasmin and said, basically, any weapon ideas you have or advantages you can think of.
We're going to commit more crimes, yeah.
She basically quietly said to him, this is your green light for war crimes. I think the phrase she used was, I will consider it regardless of the optics. But yeah, it was Hara doesn't fuck around.
However, 30 seconds later, Yasmin's like, yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
I'm so glad you're on board. Here, I already have 3 schematics drawn up.
That's not exactly where we left off. Precisely where we left off is in the private chambers of King Indogalad of the House of Fluris. Yasmin offered to use this dark magic, a mutation spell called Genetic Purification, on Indogalad.
Which John and I have spoken about.
He did it last time, and Indogalad agreed to it. There is nobody in the room except Indogalad, Yasmin, Dolores, and John enters the scene immediately afterwards. So immediately being now. So John,
you see, by the way, as you
Go
walk in, Yasmin has 2 vials of blood. One
Only 2?
One is like suffering from necrosis. There's like it's almost boiling in like a weird way, and then a second sample looks, I wouldn't say healthy, but certainly not as diseased as the first sample.
Oh, good. I'm
healthier, less unhealthy.
Yes. Basically, the difference between someone who is I think the difference is sufficient enough that one looks like someone who's about to die or like is in the process of dying, and one who is not. The immediacy has been reversed, but not stopped.
Yeah, we're going through treatment right now. And are you examining these or like displaying these? What
Indogalad and I are working together in terms of the examination.
Okay.
There's like there is absolutely a ton of like medical gibberish being like shouted between the, not shouted, but like communicated between the two of them as they kind of go over notes and kind of discussion. There is hints of like vile speech, I think, being transitioned, because I think Indogalad has some understanding of it. And I'm not sure if, I guess the last thing we talked about was the origin of where that curse came from, right?
Yes. Does John know that?
We haven't discussed that, or at least if we have, it hasn't been like in recent memory.
So when John enters the chamber, Indogalad would look up from what he's doing and just sort of like stand up very, very quickly. And John, the difference is immediately visible. The way that he carries himself most of the time is sort of this slow, fluid grace.
Yeah, very languid, yeah.
He's not languid. He's moving like fast. And by comparison, it makes it clear, especially for somebody who's shared that soul gaze with him, that his slow, methodical, sort of dramatic, one would originally think that it was like med with him. It was presenting cultured aura farming, you know, cultivating this atmosphere of just being this sort of slow, graceful. But his fast movements immediately seem much healthier.
Yeah.
as if this entire time he has learned how to mask the symptoms of what he's struggling against by being more slow and deliberate, cultivating a mystery. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip to John as John walks in. We were given a marker to show our initiation into the wing, the sect on Oscus. What is it called? Oh my god. Whoa, why am I blanking on the word?
Jackal.
The cell of
the Pack Malefic.
Pack Malefic.
Oh, that one, yeah.
So I will flip because we were given a bauble that showed that we were about to give our entrance into the Pack Malefic. I will flip that to you, John, as kind of the conversation happens right here. I don't know if it's a circle or if fate is tied in ways that I do not understand, but the beginning and the end, I guess.
Is John aware of what happened?
No.
And obviously, John recognizes the symbol of the Pack Malefic. Did Yasmin make John aware of where you and Delarice got these?
I don't think you've told that story, have you?
You have an inkling of it because were you there when the oh no, you may not have been there when the snake people took over the temple, right?
No. He was definitely not there.
Yeah. Okay.
I was there at one point when that happened, but that was a different adventure, different time, not yours.
No. So you do have a hint of it because we made mention of it when we were on the ship in Penumbra.
Yes. I know it was brought up. I just don't think we've discussed it in any like meaningful length.
Yes. But you get the sense that there's like based on I think all those crumbs that were kind of intertwined in the fact that I give this to you now. They're definitely, there's definitely connections here. John, I need your insight here. You have more time researching this than I do. And I'll pull a sample of my own blood. Which is healthy. It doesn't look diseased or necrosis or anything like that.
It has a higher than average motor oil parts per million, but aside from that.
Yes. There is also like a golden light that kind of my blood glows in an almost radiant way. Turns out that having parts of a solar in your body changes your chemical makeup.
And as an angelic scribe, John would recognize that.
Ignore the chemical makeup. Ignore medicine's not my strong suit, but I think I have enough of a grasp to kind of give a hint of this. Look at this in a magical sense, in a spiritual sense. And I will compare the healthier Indogolod blood and sort of that spiritual heresy and kind of draw John's attention to the similarities between the two.
Okay, what are we looking for specifically?
Well, you
are
see,
we trying to prove something, or are we trying to discover something?
Yes. Blood is made up of parts, right?
Goblins, yes, I understand.
Yes. But we're not talking about the physical aspect of it. Obviously, we can spin it out into the the platelets and whatever, but that's not relevant to our conversation here. We're looking at something a little bit deeper than this. This is also important because Oscus, I mentioned the machine, right?
Oh, John's been there, yeah.
There is an element of this that is useful for our research there. And unentangling it anyway. We've talked about heresies this entire time. We've danced around the bush.
Yeah.
I lie at all costs. I also still have because I did take the wisdom save to have so I still technically have, I think I've got like the ending of it still. Right now I don't have the compulsion to do so, but under normal circumstances, I lie constantly. Delarice has her own thing. Indogolod has something similar. Not the same, but similar.
Interesting.
My understanding is that the Tinarius Cyst, that was it. The Pact Malefic, the Tinarius Cyst is the one on Oscus. the Pact Malefic were involved in some way, engaging this spiritual disease that has infected most of Oscus, but is very similar to what Indoglad's line has gone through. I don't think it originated with him, but it has certainly consisted and continued throughout his line.
I know it was a bloodline issue, but yeah, no, the Lord of Flores and I have not spoken at length about this. You're looking much better. And Doglad, what did you, Yasmin and Dolores do while I was away?
It's not going to last.
What is it? Are you...
It's not going to last.
Remember that spell I told you about?
Yeah.
Genetic purification? We applied it.
And no modifications? You just, it just worked? Or at least it's a salve of
limited the, it gave a small reprieve.
Okay.
According to my calculations, I believe with how far gone Indoglad is, 4 days is what we have.
That's how long it lasts?
Before the symptoms will reappear.
Okay.
But I think it may have reversed some of the progression. So even though it's going to recur, it's going to start slower.
Now, would this be one of those things like with other magic where if we cast this every day for a year, you're cured? That kind of a thing? Or more experimentation required?
No, John. The source of this, there has not been a day since we first met, since we first shared that gaze that told us both so much. There has not been a day that I have been in my right mind. And though you saw me more clearly than anyone else has before, I did not see myself. And there were parts of me, not that I hid from you, but that the darkness was too deep for any sight to pierce. But right now, I understand. And all the research that I've done over my lifespan into the fate of all of my predecessors, it's clear to me. And I don't think it's going to stay that way. John, my ancestor was the feathered serpent.
Oh.
He was there on Verdura when that civilization made its fate. He was involved. There was a cyst there that raised that temple, and my ancestor was part of it. And when that spell, that rite went off, or perhaps it functioned perfectly, I don't know. When all the humans of that world were corrupted and merged with snakes, some sort of corruption lodged itself in the first Fluris. But he was not of human blood. He made a deal with some entity. And I am the heir both of that deal and of that failure, that corruption. And that has riddled my ancestors ever since with short, brief, but powerful lives. The Pact Malefic is at the root of this.
As with all things, it seems. But now you're saying that once this affliction takes hold of you again, it's going to obfuscate your awareness of this again?
I think I always knew, but only in parts of me. My mind is a dark forest, vast and full of secrets, but it can't all be seen at once. And right now it's as if the cobwebs have been blown away and the light is shining down and I can see through the leaves. Nothing will be lost once this returns, except my ability to see it all at the same time.
There is a thought that comes to mind here. Our biggest enemy is time. Not, and how funny it is that we say to an elf that time is your biggest issue. We could bind a ritual to this spell I don't know the side effects. They would be severe. And the pathways to getting it successful would not be pleasant. John, you were not here when Hora told me to consider every angle. But the room then chilled in ways that seemed, a couple of degrees, but noticeably changed in temperature. You feel the room change again, you for the first time, but that same sort of spiritual temperature, if you will, drops in this room as you hear like the ritual that I talk about. And you've seen, I think, a couple of the rituals that I've done. But I think I can bind this spell through a ritual in Dogolod to extend how much time we have.
And is there any reason why Indogolod wouldn't be able to learn this spell themselves?
It's not on the wizard list. It's a mutation magic spell. There's no reason why he couldn't learn mutation magic, but he wouldn't be able to do that overnight.
What about, and I'm sure that neither myself nor His Highness is opposed to doing some sort of ritual, but would we not be able to craft some sort of limited use item, like a potion or scroll, perhaps?
I could.
It's a 6th level spell. Those are very expensive.
Yeah. And the time it would take me to do it is significant.
Indogolod holds up a ring adorned with emeralds that he's worn this whole time, that fell off of him briefly when you cast the spell. This heirloom has been worn in my family for thousands of years. It holds back the worst of the physical manifestations, though there is little it can do for the mind. I don't know how to thank you for your kindness or your eagerness. But I am not the concern here.
I'm going to hold his hand that has the ring in it. And I will again use my flesh hand for this. The scarred, burnt, warped hand. You've noticed I haven't called you king or your majesty in the last little while. I do this not for thanks, nor for any interest in gaining anything. And I think my eyes will gleam for a second, and there is wildness in it. There is a touch of madness in it. But the discovery is too good to pass up.
This is what I will ask. Whatever testing, whatever discovery there may be, I will aid you. Because I have already passed this curse down. And it is Adthea who must be the beneficiary of this research. I'm already approaching my twilight years, young though for an elf. I have lived long for a Fluris. And once the matter of the forge is brought to a head, and I have ensured a prosperity that will last for generations for my people, if I can lift this burden from my own blood, then I will leave this life in peace. And it would be well for the people of Voski that their new princess be untainted.
Can you clarify? Does she know about this?
She knows that her father is sick, and she's asked everyone to keep an eye on him, both physically and sort of mentally.
She asked us directly.
Yes.
But she doesn't know that it may have been passed down to her.
She's never mentioned it.
Elves are long-lived, and he has seen more than most.
Mm-hmm.
How flexible is his mind?
In what vector? There's a lot of ways you could say that. He has done, like, he practices blood magic. He experiments with vile speech. If you're talking about, like, moral flexibility and openness, he's all the way up there.
Seeing into eternity
Mm-hmm.
is something that would break the spirits and minds of almost anything.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't lived that long yet, by all comparisons. I'll see if I have his exact age, but he's got to be younger than 300. Like a long-lived elf can go up to 700 years plus. He's not going to make it to C350. Definitely not. But he is pretty mentally flexible.
Yeah, I don't care about his morals or ethics. I have no interest in that.
His neuroplasticity is greater than one would expect, and certainly better than a human of 200 years would be.
Yeah. The reason I ask GM specifically is that we need someone to take control of the machine to slow its infinite escape. And so anyone who is sufficiently flexible is an option. Not necessarily a good one, but it's always good to have one's avenues explored.
I think adding Indogolad to the candidate list is completely valid. Further testing required, but he can be on your candidate list.
What does such a candidacy look like? Like, what would you? Are we talking like you're binding someone there for all eternity, that kind of a thing?
I definitely don't say this out loud. So above table, yes.
Okay.
Under table, you would have not information on this one, because I haven't also talked much about the machine just in general. So like the chains flowing into eternity are not. I don't think we've truly had time to explore that yet.
You saw it somewhere, John, right?
Yeah, we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was on the clock, right?
Yeah. So
when we went to Ibis Fatalibus's workshop.
So John would understand that it's a machine that regulates the flow of life and death, and some of the momentum is being captured, which is causing it to slow down. What should not be what should be like a closed system that where entropy doesn't increase, it is increasing, and everything's eventually going to slow down and die. Anyways,
yeah, Oscus is on its course to just ending.
So now that Ndogalan has his faculties temporarily about him for this affliction, does he know how it passed from person to person within his family? Is it like a blood disease? Is it just like a genetic thing, or is there something more as to why that
there was a
carries on?
pact? He doesn't know with who, but his ancestor absolutely made a pact, and there's fiend blood in his genetic line.
Okay.
Like it's genetic insofar as his ancestors, that first one who came here, who fled to Periant from Verdura, might have been half fiend.
Okay.
There is now this is in the Book of True Evil. There's something called fiendish attunement, I believe, infernal attunement. The fires of hell burn your blood. You may inherit your religion from your interaction with the devil in your family, or by entering into a contract with the fiend yourself. This is research that I would be familiar with, because when I got the solar gaze, I would have gone through the books and seen what was available to me.
Right.
Yasmin would be aware of that. Is that something that is in the same vein as what is happening to
Yes, but there was a deal, and because of that
Right.
deal, it's a supernatural curse. If it was just a bloodline issue, genetic purification would take care of it.
Right. Yeah. Meaning. To clarify, obviously, I think we already established that this is not a genetic purification is a cure. It deals with some of the symptoms temporarily, but not eternity. But is the line of thinking correct in that to get rid of this is sort of like a remove curse type thing, or to break the pact itself or something like that?
Yeah. Very, very powerful magic, along the lines of a wish, or finding a way to break the pact.
And despite his understanding of what happened, he still doesn't know who the pact is with.
Yes. The details are hazy. It's been put together via evidence and some spells of summoning fiends and talking to them, but not like the name of the one that did it.
You know who does know, though?
Yes, I do.
I mean, if this is with the Pact Malefic, their library will have it. If there's one thing they cannot abide is getting rid of information.
Yeah, the chaplain would know. Okay.
Now, there is a small problem in that the Yuan-Ti may have control of the Obsidian Tower.
Ooh. How do you mean?
The cyst on Verdura has been reestablished, and because they are part of the Pact Malefic, they can control access without any of the hacking that we needed. They can just ask for it, and we'll get it.
How
what was her name?
Go ahead.
The snake lady.
Yeah. I'll pull that up.
That's Yasmin knows. Me, the player, I forgot it.
Yeah. When did that occur? Getting a active cyst on Verdura?
A week ago?
It's been a little longer than that. Effectively,
it's actually been less than a month though.
Yes, it has been less than a month. So the short version is that there was a Yuan-Ti, I think she was a Yuan-Ti anathema, one of the multi-headed ones.
Yeah.
Who had kept the ancient traditions alive and was not a member of the Pact Malefic, but had passed down enough of the forbidden lore to basically apply for membership.
And how did they even get the chance to do so?
I'll let the party take that one.
We went through because we needed to get to Lacunas. We needed to get to Northport, actually.
Yeah.
And the only way we knew how to do so was to retrace your steps through the temple. And due to circumstance, we're followed through by Zola. The circumstance being, I think it was Adthea who ran through, if I remember correctly.
Oh, this is when you had Adthea with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Zula, is she an ally of ours?
No.
Definitely
she
not.
tried to recruit us into the Pact Malefic as acolytes, and we refused.
And she's not dead. Why?
I think it's because we were stunned, right? She had she was able to, was it petrify or stun us?
She had divine word, among other things.
So we wouldn't have been able to take her, so we ran.
Oh.
We were also under a time.
Oh,
we were also under
like that. You weren't there.
That's true. I wasn't.
Also, if we're taking responsibility, it's your bad hacking of the portal that started this all off anyway.
Now hold a moment here. I've been using that portal
I didn't
for.
open it, so let's.
I've been using that portal for at least a decade. Never let a snake lady through.
To your knowledge.
Yeah.
This sniping is getting us nowhere. I was joking. I don't blame you for it.
So What? Okay, so then what is the plan then? Because we can't just leave a active cyst in control of one of our main hubs of travel. That's not gonna prove fruitful when we eventually have to make such passage through there, and then we have to deal with the chaplain and its guards.
You have a limited amount of time before the invasion hits. You can spend that time on however you'd like. The task force has given you a few possible missions as options, but they're not ordering you to do any of those. So you could choose to say, we need to go lock down the tower. That may not get us another strike force or intel on blowing up the Illithids, but like you could decide that's a priority and do that. Or you can say after we do phase 1 and we blow up their invasion force, we are doing this next.
I mean, we'll take care of it. It'll, everything in its due time. I'm just a little surprised, that's all.
A lot of the decision making that the party has been making is like, we are willing to stack more problems in our inbox in order to solve the Illithid thing. And as soon as the Illithid thing is done, we got to clear out our inbox.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my. Okay, well.
We're stoking the fire, trying to aim the fire at the Illithid, but then when the Illithid are dealt with, that fire is still raging out of control.
Yes. Okay,
and
well,
so it will need to be put out.
That will be a problem for another time.
Just prioritizing.
To wit, though, we cannot return to Northport until we are ready to handle the deal we made there.
I remember you speaking very briefly about what had occurred there.
Because Gaston is still on Lacunas, right?
Yes.
Because he cannot return either until...
Yeah, I think he wasn't going to take the deal, and then he saw what was being offered, and he was like, screw that, I'm taking the deal.
Yeah.
I know that you very, 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 again, tertiary
Mechanically, we broke the level 20 cap on our primary stats.
So what? How? What deal did you make?
You know who it is.
Right. Okay. And so, what did you promise Sagumo again?
Souls for the war.
Goody.
Oh,
and
the promise was not made to General Sagomo.
Oh.
It was made for him.
I want a little bit above his pay grade. A lot above his pay grade.
Interesting. And you have
You
every
introduced
intention
it to the person, actually.
I don't know.
In hell?
Korgamos.
Yeah.
Ah. My old friend.
I can hear the quotation marks. We got, in fairness, so the things that we got from that deal was the schematics, because that was from another cyst of the Pact Malefic that we did not have access to. So we got the schematics for our ship, for the Void engine, the increase in our stats, and something else. There was something else we got, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was.
Oh, I'm sure it was not important then.
Yeah, there was
in exchange, we were to harvest some number of powerful souls, of which we thought we agreed to do Northport's sketchy people.
General Sagomo, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's only triggered once we return.
Yes, the timer only starts when we return to Northport.
Gotcha. Okay, so yes.
Shout out to Exarch for helping us hammer out the legality of this deal.
They ran the contract through Exarch, and Exarch did a complete legal analysis searching for loopholes.
That's hilarious. You love to get help from your AI companion.
Korkabaz had a lawyer, had a court date with Exarch.
Yeah.
I can only assume was extremely frustrated at the end of it.
But by the end, he's like, "Look, do you work in retainer? Can we hire you?" Because let me tell you, Hell's legal department would love you on board.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put a pin in that for now. The only reason I even brought it up was because it would be beneficial to His Highness's predicament if we can nail down which beast of Hell, Hades, Gehenna, or otherwise this deal was made with.
If anything, Zola as a piece of information who is the closest link to the snake people and Indogolod it's the link that we have the most information with. Right. So
Yes.
even if it was not a risk to the Obsidian Tower that she existed, she would still have to be a target for our research anyway.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if we have to, we can just take a contingent of well-maintained people of Flores, guards, retainers, what have you, and we can just do a big show of force. We can make it happen.
My concern is that the Obsidian Tower's binding may be being researched how to be broken, and the entity that is able to break through would gain immense power in the Pact Malefic. And with Zola having full access to the Obsidian Tower and the agreement and cooperation of its caretaker, that may accelerate that in ways that
absolutely,
we have no preparation for.
But like you said, one problem at a time. So as you said, we've got 4 days, so a lifetime for how we normally deal with things to take care of this. So
we could go literally across the universe and back in that time.
So we'll focus for now on the forge, and we'll. Your Highness, are you all right with kind of putting a pin in this for now, and we can reassess it once we have the bandwidth?
Yes, I think time.
When you feel the spell slipping, let me recast it on you. We will see how effective it maintains itself. That may end up being useful.
I shall.
Would you like me to apply it to Thea?
I was going to say it might be beneficial to begin the process of doing much the same to your daughter, at least until we figure out what we're going to be doing.
Let's fully understand the effects that it has on me first. She is still young and has not fully taken hold.
What are these effects anyway, Yasmin?
Indogla, I think, would be better served describing it, but it is clouding of the mind, disruption of the flesh.
Oh, I meant like what your
genetic purification. I can repost the spell, but I think I posted it early. Yeah, if you scroll up like a little bit.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so what are the negatives? Can be used to. Okay.
Red is written. I don't think there's any negatives.
Oh, yeah. So what are the negatives that that Indogolod is worried about?
The unknown.
The thing is, the thing about genetic purification, based on the research that Indogolod and I have done, is that assuming that this is under normal circumstances, meaning within a singular lifespan of medical transformation, genetic purification would work flawlessly. This is not that.
Correct.
This has the combination of curse plus lifetimes of genetic splicing that has happened.
Yes.
We are not dealing with a short-term effect. This is something that is as part of him as his bone marrow.
This isn't your grandma's lifetime curse. This is a
it's not like
multi-generational elven curse.
It's not like his daddy was a fiend. It's had so much time, like it's been in the family for so long that it barely counts as corruption anymore.
Yeah, there's no cutting it out.
Yeah.
This is the analog be something like sickle cell disease in humans, right? Like it's just part of the body.
And so again, back to your original point, what is it? What connection would you like me to try to infer between old and new in regards to the blood?
Oh, John, pick a skill. You've been asked to do a spiritual magical analysis of the two.
Okay, let's see here.
Skill, spell, etc.
Yeah, I would also suppress. So I have a higher sanctity score than sin score right now. I think for the purpose of being around John for so long and the fact that he has divinity as part of his strengths, I will suppress that sanctity score so the sin is more apparent. And so I'm reading as evil to you right now.
Yeah. And
usually
evil to me. That's fine.
Well, no. Usually I read to you as good. Like if you were to use.
So magically, yes, John
Yes.
uses way more than just magically when he.
No,
uses
absolutely. But
temporary
I'd say if you use detect good and evil on me, under most circumstances, I would read as good.
Yeah, John uses insight check most of the time. He doesn't bother with spells.
Yeah. But under this one, you would read me as being aligned to evil.
Yes. Nothing surprises John when it comes to Yasmin. Let's see.
The only surprise would be if she didn't surprise you.
Yes.
You're like, who are you and what happened to the actual one?
I think
Doppelganger shows up pretending to be Yasmin. I'm sorry, you're just not interesting enough to be her.
It's like you don't wonder how that thing works. You don't want to delve into the Eldritch mystery. Bang.
Okay, so John's gonna kind of do like a multi, since we have like the whole vial and sanctity thing going on right now. John is gonna set up a few different things. He's gonna make like somewhat of like a it's not a ritual. It would be, I guess, like a ceremony of sorts. And so he is going to prepare
Are there
Ndogala. Oh, go ahead.
protections in this area from scrying and other?
Yes, in the king's bedroom. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will drop my own personal
okay
protections then while we're in here. Basically giving John every possibility of being able to analyze directly.
Absolutely.
And
So
Dogala takes off a little amulet that he's wearing to the same effect.
Nice. John's going to set up a warding sigil that they are going to step within. While they are within the warding sigil, John is going to draw up a magic circle, specifically set towards fiends. He, within it, is going to cast Blessed Halo on himself, which is allowing him to not just illuminate the area with light, but also...
Because while you're doing that, John, because we've already done it, I would like to mark a few of the glyphs that John is working on to inject my resistance to anti-magic, counterspell, all of those things. And the only reason I say that is because we've already done something like that when we were in Penumbra with the Avatar.
Yeah, that checks out.
So John, you see me coming in, but you've already recognized what I'm doing. This is not stepping on your toes so much as like warding off your spells and your magic and your wards in the event that something tries to counter it in a magical sense.
Absolutely. And then I know that elves don't dream, so I don't think John would be able to do a dreamscape thing with Indogalot. However,
that's what the drugs are for.
That's what the drugs are for, exactly. And so what John would want to do is, as part of his halo, aside from being able to heal actual physical wounds and create light, it improves his condition with good aligned creatures, giving him advantage on any interaction with them, as well as it suppresses darkness within its vicinity. So he's basically going to be using that to kind of help just kind of calm and purify the area. And he is going to be casting premonitory vision in culmination while being within this area of protection that he's created. And he is going to offer both himself and Indogalot that tea that he takes along with the premonitory vision to kind of help clear the mind. And he would like to, if Indogalot is open to it, drug the tea in order for them to go on basically like a spirit, like a spirit quest together.
Okay.
So that way
can you drop
y'all are doing drugs without me?
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the room. You could do them too.
Dude, if anyone, by the way, if any of you want to come on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, please feel free to let me know.
I mean, if you feel it'd be helpful.
I like how you're using the calming tea and you're putting psychoactives in the calming tea. You're mixing your uppers and your downers.
That's how you make it fit.
Red Bull and Jaeger.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put ritual the cast the mind link?
Sure. If you want to be involved in this, go right ahead.
That way we could, if you can keep me in the loop and I'm still in the real world, we might be able to you can direct me if we need to do physical things
and collaborate information.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I will also put in the telepathic bond.
Perfect.
You
So
have
that's
created
all
the
four of them.
circumstances for being completely bad trip immune. There's so much holy shit in this one area.
Yes, exactly.
And
High level spellcasters all throwing in high level magic.
what question do you want to ask as part of the premonitory vision?
I mean, I feel like there's a very obvious question, but it depends on how you know, is in terms of game sense, is it very likely that we're going to be able to just throw resources at this to get what we want? Very likely not. If we do well enough with enough, role play and whatnot, and depending on how much time you want to spend on this, would you be able to either give us the answer or put us in the right direction? Yeah, absolutely. So my thought is, what we are trying to resolve here, in order to break this, we're not going to be like, hey, can we break the seal? It's like, yeah, it's totally possible. Fuck off. John's question is going to be something along the lines. Obviously we can work with Yasmin Delaris and King and Zogalot on this, but my thinking is, if everyone is down with it, would be not even like, oh, what's the name of the being that he's bound, that that Ndogalot's line is bound to, but more so kind of knowing the origin of this, because we could end up getting some kind of crazy archaic name that ends up going down a wild goose chase of, oh yeah, well at one point Baphomet was known as Belial, son of the demon, and blah blah blah, whatever the hell. So I think we're more so looking for, we want to be able to have a response as to the origin of this ritual, this ceremony. Obviously, we know that at the time that the Yuan Ti were created on Verdura, that was the inciting incident for when this generational curse was placed upon the Florist line. As part of this peyote vision quest, John would want to find out, kind of like basically, so instead of like asking the DM, hey, can you tell me what you think? John basically is going to try to use Dream and the premonitory vision, and his question, his goal is like, take me to the moment when this ritual occurred, and would kind of like mind meld, not just through Ndogalot's very core, like, again, this is the person that John did one of his first soul gazes with. They have a connection not just through the body of friendship, but through this mind and spiritual link, and through this blood curse that goes through eons, channeling into that and kind of stepping back, as it were, through time and space in order to kind of in a way take them to that moment. That's what John is attempting to do with this. They can be more like kind of like shadows and ghosts watching as this occurred.
Okay. Inside the circle, an enormous radiant light flares out. Standing outside the circle are Yasmin and Delaris, and they cast long, dark, sharp shadows against the walls in the holy light. And as the light gets brighter, it starts to almost bubble. Impossibly bright in the middle, and yet at its very core, something becomes visible. And as that vision resolves, we go to a short break, and we'll come back with more Coriander Society adventures. Don't go anywhere.
Left to do, and now she's getting frustrated because this motherfucker not listening. So, as like maybe blood is coming out of her nose or something from
Only a little
necrotic damage, we'll just kind of start laughing, and we'll place the open book on her face like a mask, and say, "You will be alone, just like me," in the exact word that Seosh said in that one time. Leaving you with a nice little cliffhanger.
Yeah, okay, bye.
What's happening?
Okay, so I had some idea that you were going to do something, but I never thought for a moment about using the book as a Vox mask. I have no idea what that does. I have not.
I don't know either.
Foggy.
Here, what the fuck is that?
Don't worry about that. Oh no, actually, I you can worry about that now. I mentioned it. That's the nigh invulnerable kraken that shipwrecked you on this island. He's fine now. He's just minding his own business, chilling, going around in the ring.
Okay. He's friendly, right?
I'll get back to you on that one, Haruka.
Wait! Don't switch the.
Well, one aspect
You
of
ever
our
heard of a
society-
daily value, huh? What's
What?
the matter with you? They raise you stupid or something?
One great aspect of our society that I love so much is that we have what's called an intermediary good.
Can I eat it?
I mean, you
I'm
could.
in. Let's go. Fuck, my balls are so hot.
It in the same way that one can eat the dirt of the ground or the air of the sky.
My apologies, sir. What's your name? I go by Haruka,
We
by
are
the
the
way.
Bufomorphs. I am Bufo, and these are the morphs.
Hello, Buffo, and hello, Morphs.
We are here to commune with our sacred idol. It gives us great insight into the spiritual oneness of all things.
I won't say it.
What's your secret idol?
It's
I
sacred,
won't
not
fucking say it.
It's right. What is the toaster going
I'm
on
gonna
about
say
now?
it.
I'm gonna cover Zen's mouth. Don't listen to her. She's.
I'm gonna fucking say it.
I'm covering Zen's mouth. I'm covering.
Boofa D's nuts.
Roll for initiative.
You won't tell anyone about the whole infernal shit, and we won't tell everyone you do drugs? Like, we all have an understanding that we're all keeping secrets, right?
Am I keeping secrets?
You are now.
Snitches get stitches, or whatever.
So
Snitches
then
get
why
more
would
dates slipped into
you
their food.
snitch then?
Yeah, no snitching.
No sharing.
I wasn't thinking about snitching.
Mason's never been extorted before.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Sounds fun, though. I've never done Mordain. But after Ariana died, I haven't been interested, so... But I trust you.
I didn't die.
Oh, you kind of crossed over a little bit, but it's fine. We got you back, buddy. Pass her on
Ooh, addition.
Hunting horns, strength to the predators, woe to the prey. All right, that means somebody has to assert their dominance to gain an advantage. Whoever doesn't is we call that the Alexander bookmark.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
All right.
Got a stick at the book.
Thank you for ruining the subtlety of that entire moment. Just flat out saying it.
I remember leg day saying it. It's just so funny.
Oh God,
To
editing
clear the
that.
air. There's
So funny.
there's no dick in the book. Just to clear the
I mean,
air.
he
There's
has
no
his
dick
back.
in the book.
Well,
Just
he's-
two
he's
vague,
got the book back.
sweaty stains.
Walking to Alex's area, it's gonna be.
No wonder
Oh,
he went and
God.
stole it.
Yeah, I needed it back.
But
That's
also,
right.
Yeah.
You're on a bound. You're on a bound. Look, Ariana's out. Balvarex. Please take care of her. We'll be taking Mason as payment.
He's
Yeah, like
collecting snacks already from the food hall for when she wakes up.
Just thank you, Balvi. I'll owe you one.
Like as Garnet walks out the door, she'll just be like, "Yeah, we'll just say the drugs came from Balvi."
No. Basically going to stand up. No, Balvi, no. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. It's fine. We will not. No, won't happen. Won't happen. Garnet.
Yes, it's just down the hall.
Turns to Hathor. Just what? How? It's
You
fine.
used to
Never
it.
mind. It's fine.
Your last saving throw. With a third success! You are back up with 1 HP.
What will you do with it?
I cast sleep at 5th level.
Do you have more than 57 HP? Do you have more than 57 HP?
44.
I'm gonna get you.
The Arbiter makes his way out of this portal, launches into the sky with his wings. Acolytes! You have come for dungeons and dice and death matches. And I have returned to satiate your bloodlust. As you look at each other in the sands of the arena, you've been here before. You were here that day. You know what happens in this arena. You know what is next. You know what you must do. Welcome to D20 Deathmatch.
Oh, we're gonna grind your bones to dust and then we'll lick it with our tongue. And every time we put you in the oven, we're gonna make it grow and get so yummy. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be tasty, just like we should. You're gonna die.
Alex melts away and vanishes, replaced by Cyrus.
In handcuffs?
Yes. Yes.
He
Except that his eyes are wrong. They are filled with piercing blue light.
Oh damn, this room is about to get good.
got blue eyes too.
Someone had picked him up and you were carrying him back. And you were going to figure out what to do with the pants, either try and break him out of the pants or turn them back to normal. There was a lot to the
relatively soft, so getting him out of the pants shouldn't be too hard. Getting him out unscathed might be hard, but you know, it's doable.
Well, is he wearing tight pants? Is he a tight pants kind of a guy, or is he like a loose?
Search your heart. You know he's a tight.
I mean, you knew.
Too bad
We all knew.
There are only two types of guys.
He would be using a crowbar and trying to pry them off his body.
There are two wolves inside you. One wolf wears tight pants. The other one does not.
Do minor illusion and create a top hat, milady. Just like just walk 10 feet away and then
I need her.
She's so angry.
If you ever milady me, I will punch you in the face.
You'd have to be a lady first for me to milady you.
Excuse me?
Nothing, Grandmaster. I would never dream of disrespecting you in that way.
If you allow it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Since I'm falling with the horse,
Mhm.
and the horse is a horse
Of course,
of riding capacity,
Mhm.
can I use my reaction to jump, since I'm mid falling, jump off the horse onto the carpet, but using physics, since I'm jumping and using force to jump off the horse, it would
Mhm.
now accelerate the horse towards the mirror and maybe cause a crack or shatter?
Roll an
Horse
acrobatics
bomb.
check to make the jump.
Oh fuck. I'm in danger.
Can I make a dexterity check to catch her, please?
Use your reaction and make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Sorry, mate. It's fate.
So as we just burst through the door, like, while you're meditating.
Honey, I'm home. Knock, 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 knock.
It's goofy time.
Blood banging the door. Mason like about to wrap up, just like opens his eyes, like side eyes the door, sighs. Gets up, answers the door. Oh,
So what did
Hello?
you mean by you told me to be just immediately starts. You told me to be helpless, right? That didn't really work. But then you said you like Francisco because she's so independent and confident, knows what she wants. I'm like that. Why don't I have a Mason? Not you, but like a Mason.
A boyfriend is what she means.
Yeah. Someone like a guy who likes that.
Good morning. Do you want to come inside?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thinks so.
Oh my god! It's hot! Oh, I'm gonna stop you so. Oh, it's so hot! I don't like this at all!
Genuinely scared.
Genuinely what?
Scared,
My apologies.
That fire, we dodged it. Ariana didn't. But that's why we all woke up. So.
Dragon's fire. Dragon. Okay, you talked to the dragon?
Oh yeah, that guy sucked. He just kept wanting us to say his name and open the big bad door, and he's gonna destroy the world and kill anyone we ever want. But I won't. I can kill anybody I want. I don't know what some statue's gonna do, but. And he doesn't even know his own name. Boomer much? But anyway, so like. But you've slain dragons before. If you can do it, and then.
These are the dragons of the world before.
You said to
Said I'm
look.
intimidating, and I gotta be more. Less of that. And
No. I don't think you have to be less of that. It's just that you are, and that's okay. But
I don't want to just be okay. I want to be amazing for a mate or whatever.
amazing for a mate.
Yeah.
Carted out, you're trying to fuck.
Not that kind of mate. Like a crewmate. A life crewmate.
Sus.
Like a mate.
Wow. Breaking time and space with their arcane potential, they're able to burrow into this creature's mind and tell it no. And determined, having not seen a creature for who knows how long, this lonely, sad soul ignores the command. And then, in retrospect, Camellia, burning an ounce of their heroism and the bit of luck that they got from Fortune's father, is able to also bring their will to bear, trying to force this creature not to do that. And like a stubborn child that demands more from life than what it's been given, the lonely creature says
still has to make
9.
the attack roll for it to
That's
land,
right. And now it has to make the attack roll, so it is going to make its attack. After all of this, it's just going to miss. Watch. All right, so.
Come on, baby.
Harpoon arm, go. A natural 1! I have 9 inspiration. I'm using one. But that wail of yes from the natural 1.
About eating a mushroom?
It's getting really hard to hear you.
I'm gonna take the last bit of the alcohol that Violetta handed me, and I'm just gonna splash John in the face.
All right.
Oh, that get in your eyes? Oh.
John falls to his feet and starts crying.
No. Well, that. I think I preferred the dancing.
Right? If you have a gate open, it's a two-way street. So they could just come right back through. Go ahead.
Okay, that's like a bad roll, but like.
I think I could help with that.
Like if someone just heals me as I'm doing it, like I could keep this going all day.
What have I done? Okay, Avalor.
I could probably seal it one way, the gate.
can at
When I
least
was
get
studying
25.
last night, I learned how to create a kind of a bridge that can support my friends but won't let my enemies step upon it. If I just cast it vertically in front of the gate, they couldn't move back through it.
What are they cooking?
Let them cook.
A I would like to sit on the saddle of the cavalier and misty step myself onto the horse.
Oh damn! That's what, you got that for your birthday.
What the actual are you doing?
I'm riding a horse.
I'm on a horse. You're on a Gracie horse, but you're on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
Okay, you teleport onto the fiend, this burning horse of evil, with the saddle, which wraps itself around. And according to the saddle of the cavalier, you can't be dismounted against your will, and attacks against it have disadvantage.
And I'm gonna talk to it in Infernal, because I know Infernal to try and have the horse be friends with me.
Great, now I have to roleplay a horse.
Ariana will go back and say, Sig, is Nightshade gonna kill Garnet in this situation?
I've never seen this in my life.
That's not a no.
I don't know.
That's also not a yes.
I don't know what to say.
That's not helpful.
We're dealing with magic we've never experienced before, Ariana.
Oh God, Ariana's gonna try to absorb elements.
Okay, what element are you absorbing?
Dark.
Is that on the list of elements you can absorb with the spell?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think I like panned up my map and I saw that Brock's Kirby was just engulfed.
Oh my fire! Oh, God! I thought rolls would not be on fire.
I think you'll
And the Marid, this genie, shouldn't be able to arrive here. Ioth Academy is still technically protected by the dome, even if it's weakened. But it caught... I know, yeah, most protected place on Earth. Been attacked 12 times this year. Sue me.
Yeah. Safe, smile.
Exactly. Any safers in chat? But the Marid essentially hitchhiked on that pole of magic. When the water elemental came up, it sort of followed along with it. It drafted behind it, and that's how it was able to arrive. And there's your natural 20.
I just like the part where you say you came down a pole. I just stuck to that. Elemental strippers! Fuck!
Can I get fan art of Duba's pole dancing, please? I'm going to file a request for that.
Duba Queen.
Duba cheeks!
I mean, when
How
we
does that
say the
work?
pants are tight,
And we're live. Didn't do a countdown, just sort of did sound effects. My bad. The last we left our heroes in the private royal chambers of King Indogalad of Fluris. John and Yasmin have conspired together to create an incredibly powerful, multi-layered, complex, magical, non-magical barrier filled with symbols of angelic sanctity as well as dark mad science. Inside this chamber, now the original prompt, John, was to analyze the blood.
Yes.
So you have the blood as foci, each vial of blood, and you have Indogalad in there, and you are mentally linked to the two of them.
Yes.
And you're using premonitory vision and dream.
Exactly.
Okay. As this bubble this bubble of light glows and encapsulates John and Indogalad. Yasmin and Deloris cannot see through it, but if they shut their eyes and tap into the mental scape, because it's primarily a mental vision, they follow along with everything. And what you see is LaFawn's connection dying.
I was gonna say, what happened?
What you see is the sky, dark and racked with storm clouds. And there are some things that are impossible to see with your eyes, but in the vagaries of dream or the throes of hallucination, we can comprehend. And so you see two things at once beneath the sky, beneath the storm-racked sky. One is a raging, surging ocean. Coronas of sickly purple energy, patches and clouds of bruised red and purple unnaturally float through the sky and slam down like a tidal wave into the world. And yet occupying the exact same place is an endless jungle. They aren't even clouds. It's just steam rising from the damp leaves of a verdant rainforest that goes as far as the eye can see. Rising from that forest are towers of metal and concrete, transmitters, landing pads, satellite arrays, solar panels, the inklings of a technological civilization in what is clearly the jungles of Verdura. But this is not the shining citadel of Voski. This is people doing the best with what they have, recreating things from limited resources. And so it's not all manufactured. A lot of it is sort of built up with wood, and then they run wires where they can. There is some metal, but it's this mishmash of jungle tech and advanced science fiction tech.
Did you say that the once humans of Verdura were connected to the Voski?
No.
Oh.
I mean, they are kind of, because they're all originally from Lacunas.
That's what I mean. I just didn't know if these
Yeah.
were like principality, at one point.
No, they're not principality. It's ancient Lacunians.
Gotcha.
The colony ship that landed on Verdura, they set up shop as best they could because their ship crashed. It did not land nicely.
No.
And the sky is broken, even as these eerie auras of blood red and sickly purple are flashing back and forth. Their light never touches the leaves, and the ocean is in the exact same place as the jungle. Two things are happening in different places, and you're seeing them at the same time, overlapping each other. And the skies above are broken as an enormous winged figure plummets out of control and descends into the jungle. And as it falls, in a flash of that eerie purple light, it somehow illuminates this vessel, and you recognize it as an elvish spelljammer, but not one that you've ever seen. It is far more crude. It's not nearly as sleek and refined. It has the look of something experimental to it. And it crashes. And the light flashes through the whole world, through everything, striking down. Cries of panic and terror lash out in its wake. And 2 bolts land directly on 2 people standing on the shores of this ocean. Yasmin and Dolores. Except that at the same time, you can see someone standing behind them, an ancestor, and their ancestor, and their ancestor, and their ancestor. Their bloodlines going back. And as they sort of pop out, as if you're holding 2 mirrors against each other, but each reflection is a new ancestor going further and further back in time, it immediately becomes obvious that it looked like it hit Yasmin and it hit Dolores, but it actually hit all of them, the entire family chain, except that it actually only hit one person way further back in that chain. And the light arcs back and forth between people. And John, in the aura of celestial power that you are wielding, you immediately recognize this dark light as what it is. It is pure sin. It is vile magic. And I use that as a technical term, not as a deploring term.
Yeah.
This light flashes across the world, and sin, artificial sin, embeds itself in countless people. Not everybody, but countless people across multiple continents, shining cities you didn't see a moment ago. The light fades, but the taint remains. And then the sun spins around and around and around and around. And there is a handsome, kind of rugged looking elf with a clear, the same eyes as in Dogalad, the same colored hair, different face, more muscles, a little bit more rough and tumble. Walking up the steps of a stone ziggurat alongside people you don't know, but immediately they all look like friends. A human woman with her hair tied back, sort of chestnut hair tied back. A amphibian person, some sort of proto-bullywug, you would guess, or bullywug adjacent species. And a male presenting human with short-cut red hair. They were strangers, now they're friends. And he is the only elf. Absolutely the only one. When they
The
walk up,
Dogalad stand-in is the only elf.
yes. He walks up the steps of this ziggurat, and the light of your holy halo flows inside, and suddenly the interior walls of the ziggurat surround you. And there are centrifuges and hollow projectors and computer cores all set up and plugged in around this whole place. And projections and charts. I would like everyone here to roll a science check, please.
Science check.
Natural 20. Okay.
Then I won't bother.
This information is immediately shared throughout the entire mind link. It is gene editing. They have pulled up data of gene modifications they used to create life forms that were perfectly adapted to a desert environment. The Maru spawn. John would recognize them instantly. These are the people, the descendants of the people who made the Maru spawn. And now they're looking at how to accomplish something similar for a jungle environment.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not just looking at creating a servitor species. They are looking at splicing themselves, gene editing themselves to make them more adapted to the heat, the slightly toxic environment and plants, so on and so forth. And
Using kind of the Maru spawn as like a blueprint for this.
Exactly.
What should be like kind of an ascension for them in a way.
Mm-hmm. And at first, it's all scientific. But then the elf goes up and on a touch screen starts sort of adding some notes of transformation magic, transmutation magic. They're all looking around, they're gathering, they're talking together, and they slowly start to incorporate that into the design. It's something that all of you are very familiar with doing. Like Yasmin and John have absolutely done this before. These people are clearly familiar with magic. And across the oceans around the world are 1,000 children are born. And one of those children is born filled with a light that is no longer visible to anyone else, but you can see the mark of sin. John, I would like you to roll an insight check, please.
I am doing that right now.
Followed by a religion check.
Okay, insight. And then religion.
Dirty 20. And an 11. Do you want to use your talisman?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
If this is sin and having that mirror of kind of our origin as well, would I be able to assist with the advantage on it then?
Roll a history check for me, please, Yasmin.
22.
Okay. The events of the sin wave are taking place in a completely different universe.
Okay.
You are witnessing, and it's Ascus. You are simultaneously witnessing the Night of Largisho on Ascus and its after effects, as well as this Verduran origin.
Is the on the Oscus front, is it like the oh my god, what is that spell called that I have?
The heresy spell?
Awaken Heresy, but like on a larger
mega, an absolutely huge scale. Now that you're seeing it for yourself, roll Arcana and Science, please. Natural 1. Natural 20. Okay, perfectly balanced. You know
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
You know your special feature that lets you build an insane contraption?
Yes.
Watching this happen, watching the Night of Largisho happen, it immediately becomes obvious to you that this is a version of Awaken Heresy on a worldwide scale, accomplished through the use of a worldwide collaborative effort of insane contraptions. Like absolutely enormous machine networks, magical sacrifices in order to project this wave that multiple of the powerful mad scientists had to be working on in conjunction in order to project it across the entire world. And the affliction ratio is about 0.1%, 1 in every 1,000 children. John, with your special angel eyes, it's the 7 deadly sins.
Oh.
It's literally the 7 deadly sins.
Lovely.
1 out of every 1,000 children, starting with the generation after that wave hit, is born corrupted, inherently corrupted by one of the 7 deadly sins. In a way that's not just like, you're a little bit greedy. But like, no, this is a compulsion, an
Yeah.
alteration to your soul that gives you special abilities and powers, but also constantly lures you into sin.
Okay. So these people, they're not like giving up their souls. However, it is kind of pushing them towards a
Right.
more sinful outlook on life.
Right.
And okay.
And it's a literal like magical effect that has magical
Mm-hmm.
rules depending on which heresy, which sin you
Yeah.
have. It does make people stronger, but it also makes them have to roll saves in certain circumstances. And well, we'll get to that.
Power comes at a price and all that.
The
Okay.
group of friends on the world of Verdura, you can see their work progressing in fast motion. And they try something and they hit a failure. And they try something and they hit a failure. And you see lots and lots and lots of different failures that they go through. Until Indoglad's ancestor, Floris, no last name, that's just his first name, has a visitor who sort of just walks up out of nowhere. It is a... Hold on. He reminds you of Oriel, John, the solar, your solar patron.
Mm-hmm.
But with a blindfold tied over his eyes and his wings dripping with black venom.
Oh.
And your... I wonder if I have a better description. Let's see if I have... Nope. That's what's going to work. And immediately, as an angelic scholar, you can see that this is an apostate. Like, this is a fallen angel.
Okay.
And just as you were sort of awestruck by Oriel's glory and hotness, he has the same effect on Luris.
Ah.
He walks over, looks up at the board where everything is written, places a hand on Floris's shoulder, and leans over and whispers something.
Can John hear it or no?
Roll perception check.
Also, just to clarify, I didn't want to cut you off while you were doing stuff earlier. Natural 20 for 32. Did Yasmin's 22 history replace John's 11 religion? Is that what that was?
No, the 11 religion, the 11 religion was to identify that these were the 7 deadly sins.
Okay,
gotcha. Fairly low DC thing because you have super angel vision. I just
Mhm.
let that one pass.
Okay, gotcha.
The history check was for Yasmin to realize that you're seeing the events of 2 different worlds at the same time.
Gotcha.
They're not happening in the same place, the same time, the same dimension.
Okay, understandable.
But they are both showing up for some reason in this vision.
Meaning that they are linked mechanically,
Yes.
if not on
Yes.
this. Even though they are not on the same timeline or universe, they are mechanically similar.
Yes.
Which, having seen the apostate showing up, makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm. The apostate leaned over and whispered, "You're doing everything right. There's only one complex problem. And it's not your fault. Let me show you." And a door opens John, you recognize the ziggurat that they're standing in. This is the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. It's a genetics laboratory. And you witness the apostate opening a gate to the obsidian tower. They step inside, and you can't see what happens in there. However, you can see a woman. Let me find her. I'm kind of having to jump all over the place because I'm
I think
Wearing
you
many hats.
hear I think you hear Yasmin whisper, "Fool, the journey is the point."
okay. There is a woman clothed in white, in an ancient temple, as old as the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, but high in the mountains. And it's cold. And she is gathered there. And I want to reiterate, all of you can see all of this happening, and you can all communicate. She's gathered there with others. They're not all dressed like her. Some of them have serpent staves. Some of them have like braziers of fire, censers of fire and incense. And you can tell, because you have the light of heaven around you, each of them is a worshiper of a different god. And all the gods that they are praying to for salvation are very old. But most of them are benevolent, including hers. A god of light, of healing, of community. They're all gathered, and they have weapons. Swords that burn with holy fire, spears that glow with light. But you notice not all of them are surrounded by this aura of holiness. Some of them have blood all around them in your angel's sight, or greed or tyranny, wicked violence. They're all standing together, huddled inside of this temple to her god. And the door thuds, and they raise their weapons against it. And it thuds again. And whispered prayers in a dozen different languages pass from terrified lips. And the door splinters. And on the other side of it is burning, radiant, divine holiness that flashes in and sears and burns. And they're all gone. And then in the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, Floris is standing with two others, the human woman and the amphibian. But the human man is gone. And even though it's hidden to the others, all of you can see it clearly emblazoned on Floris's, over his heart, shining through his clothes. The upside down sort of fork symbol of the Pact Malefic. And the light, the unholy light that you see gleaming off of it, almost illuminates a silhouette standing where that human man was before.
The initiation ceremony.
He's gone, and the mark is there.
Mm.
But now, they all bear that mark. They're all working together in the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, using edited strings of reptilian DNA as a spell focus. They've combined their gene splicing machines with a circle into which blood is dripping. Very fresh, very sentient. A powerful ritual is at work, heavily calculated, a combination of science and magic. There's one sort of vat in the middle where a genetic fusion is going to take place. Just two strands that are going to be like artificially woven together. They're not creating a life form in there or anything. But it is at the focal point of runes all around it that all point inward. And the blood dripping down the sides of the ziggurat now. Everyone go ahead and roll an Arcana check. I would also allow science.
26 from
26.
We got the same roll.
And we got a natural 20 for 25.
Woo!
I was gonna say, should I do science instead? I didn't know we were all gonna do Arcana.
I mean,
So-
it's for me, it's the same roll. Like it's the same modifier for me. So I have a +10 for both science and Arcana.
Yeah.
You recognize kind of what you probably already figured out. The purpose of this insane contraption, mad scientist style, that they have built is to trigger a genetic modification on all the humans in this city. It has like a 100-mile radius, and it is supposed to do a slight modification. So just like a slight modification to begin the process, right? So that they can sort of have these traits accumulate over time. They can do future modifications in order to slowly evolve their species.
Yeah.
And Delaris is the one who spots the bug.
Literal bug?
No, a demonic rune that is part of all of it, which is transposed.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so the three of them each take their places, adjusting the equipment, increasing power to the radius, and spilling blood with a dagger. And a snake curls along Flouris's arm, and at the height of the ritual, he prods it into biting him. He slashes his palm. For the coolness, you shouldn't really get blood for rituals from there, but it's the classic. And lets the blood drop down. And there is a enormous eruption. And screams across the entire world as this wave of bubbling corruption bursts outwards. And it reminds you of those red and purple lights that you saw, but there's some green in there. It's definitely different. The transformation that it wreaks on every human because of that transposed demonic glyph is not only much more severe to the body, but it also affects the mind and the soul, transmitting that evil in its own way, a heresy, but not on the same scale, across the entire planet. And in that one day, every human becomes Yuan-Ti. But Luris is not affected. And he is now surrounded by screaming humans undergoing this transformation, overwhelmed by rage and fear and insanity. And as the Temple of the Feathered Serpent collapses into just violence, people lunging at each other with weapons, biting each other, trying to strangle each other, just losing their minds in all of this. Floris desperately tries to make a run for the portal that leads back to the Obsidian Tower.
Ah.
And then his partner, the human woman, stands in front of him, blocking the way. Her head changes. Fangs, yellow eyes, then a second head, then a third head sprouts from it. And he has no choice but to flee. And the woman, the good priestess, who along with all of her other followers of the old gods, evil, chaotic, no matter what, they were all put to the sword or burned. And she escapes because the ground collapses at the divine celestial wrath being unleashed. And she plummets into the depth and the darkness. And in that darkness, stumbling along the corpses of allies and monsters, in a very quiet, deep place, she comes across ruins. Old and ancient and deplorable. Clearly not built for creatures that walk. Surrounded by limestone deposits, fossils of mollusks and trilobites and ancient creatures say that ages ago, millions of years ago, this place was a subterranean ocean. And whatever dwelled here far before the age of humans swam in this accursed place. John, it reminds you so much of the sunken city beneath the waters of Quelia. Perhaps it was built by the Aboleth, perhaps some other antediluvian species, but there, carved on the walls, she finds vile speech. And she survives down there, and she reads it, and she studies it. Starving, wounded, abandoned. She doesn't perform an elaborate arcane ritual. Instead, she speaks a name that makes her mouth bleed. And a name that unfortunately, both of you, those of you who are fluent in vile speech can understand. And a name the Dungeon Master just forgot. Hang on. Oh, that's right.
We've all been there.
Yichak. And in a swirling pool of violet flame, her exact doppelganger suddenly walks up to her. And shares secrets with her. Spells and knowledge older than the gods. And with time, learning from Yichak, she inscribes vile speech runes around an old doorway. And when they're complete and she says the words, her purple flamed doppelganger vanishes. A gateway, a swirling vortex appears in the doorframe. And she steps uninvited into the obsidian tower.
Nice.
Fluris runs, panicking, clearly upset with himself, his own choices, whatever went wrong, trying as best he can to save his things, his notes, the technology, whatever he can get his hands on. But he is watching more and more of it get destroyed by formerly advanced people who still have access to plasma weaponry and are using it to kill each other and just blow up everything nearby. And as he is in the depths of his private laboratory, and he sees his books that he hand wrote or pulled from the libraries of the Infernal Tower, as he sees everything burning around him, the apostate angel walks through the flames. You can't hear what they say, but you can see Fluris taking the same knife that he used to spill his blood, drawing it across his arm. The apostate simply takes a clawed finger and cuts his own arm, and then grabs him, binding their arms together, and the blood flows from one's body into the other. And he says, my life and my ancestors' lives and my descendants just don't let it all be for nothing. We want to matter. And the apostate opens his dripping wings, and suddenly they spread out to wipe out everything around them, almost like a TV wipe, where you had reality and his wings spread, but they just keep going past the walls, and they close in a dark, oily sphere around Fluris and his books and some of his magic, his items and such, and the books recompose themselves from ashes. And inside that oily sphere, the apostate steps back into a bubbling wall of tar and vanishes, leaving only the sphere itself containing Fluris and his treasures, what he has, what he's learned from these incredibly advanced people that he met. And the sphere floats up through the ceiling, through the rock, slightly translucent, just barely. He can just barely press himself against it and see everything as it ascends higher and higher and higher and vanishes into the sky. The woman is now clad in ebon black armor, almost from head to toe, conforming to her body, made out of non-medieval materials, I will tell you that much, and glowing with power. She's created for herself a set of power armor, effectively, but it is charged with vile magic. Yasmin and Dolores, this suddenly looks familiar. I would like each of you to roll a history check, please. 21. And a natural 20 for 25. Okay.
Have you not rolled a nat 20 tonight, Josie?
I've
No,
only
you-
rolled. It's been 2 out of 3 rolls, I think.
Wow.
Okay. You have heard tales about various evil mad scientists in the Tenarius tunnels and beyond. And you met, I'm just getting to his entry right now,
Mr. Ibis?
Avis Fatalibus. Ibis Fatalibus. He was only one of them. In the Tenarius, they all worked together. But there's one who is largely regarded as just a myth, a parable whispered to scare children into behaving. Said to be ancient, her knowledge of history, science, and technology unparalleled. The creature that has opposed the celestial heroes' rule longer than any other creature on Ascus. Her name is Casquette. And this is her.
Oh, we have heard her name before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
You briefly see her building her unholy cathedrals of science and experimentation in the Tenarius tunnels, becoming more and more powerful, advancing to create devices that make Yasmin's head spin. Though you're positive that if the vision held on longer, you could have figured it out. You see her working with others. A gruff, bald human man with a large, unnatural metal plate in his skull, wearing a suit. John, it looks like a 1910s suit and coat. An auburn-haired half-elf wearing gold and cobalt armor. Her very presence radiates out. And even in a vision, as you look at her, you feel like you know her very deeply and personally. That jaunty, mechanical-legged, top-hat-wearing halfling, Ibis Fatalibus himself. An orc witch wearing an unholy crown made from a skull, and just having a glimpse of her in this vision, if you were not surrounded by this aura of protection, would petrify you with terror. She emits pure, primal, liquid fear. There was also a pirate.
You know, like you do.
Yeah, there's an evil dwarf pirate. They all work together. They all bear the mark of the Pact Malefic. But she's the one who made the portal, and she's the one who controls it. And using knowledge that they gain, you don't ever see the tower in your vision, but it must have been from Anonymous, from other worlds, from the libraries taken from the hells, and all the different forces of information accessible in the tower. They begin work on these machines, these devices that transmit sin. And then it loops back to the beginning, which was actually the end of them working across the world to create these arrays that spread this wave of sin over everything. And Flouris carries the taint of the ritual. He was at ground zero for the ritual that turned them all into Yuan-Ti and spread sin and violence and hatred. Similar. Obviously learned from the same place, cribbed from the same books, but then bound by the pact he made with the apostate angel. And the last thing that you see is that oily bubble descending through the atmosphere of Perianth and splattering on the ground as Flouris emerges, just coated with the stuff, gasping for air, having just traveled across space. And the ooze sinks into the roots of an enormous tree. The tree in which you stand right now. And that's all.
Do we linger at all, or does the vision like fade away with, or
You
are
you
we
have
just
some
ripped out?
you have some control over this one. You made a very controlled environment. It's not total control, like you can't completely manipulate it, but you can definitely try to push it, zoom in, other stuff like that.
Did Floris have the ring at this point?
No.
Está terminado.
Hola, mi amor.
Mommy said 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay.
What can we do, Daddy?
How
Well,
old
I'm
is his
on my
ring?
show right now, so
How
you
old
can
is his ring?
me.
Yeah.
You can talk to people. You can
Throughout Floris's entire life, he's
hang out
not
with
wearing
everybody.
it. And the original Floris dies twisted and mutated from bodily corruption.
Not right now.
He was working on something to hold it at bay,
You can
like
next
this
time.
ring does, but
You come here.
he didn't pull it off. Not in his lifetime. So one of his heirs, one of his descendants must have done it.
Look, there's Auntie.
Tell Auntie I'm saying hi.
Do you want to say hi? Here.
Hello.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. This is my daughter, Kaylee. She's going to bed and just saying goodnight to everyone.
Good night, Kaylee.
A little fairy that just kind of was wandering through Perianth, just kind of came through, somehow passing through the magical barriers of Indogalad's chambers during this secret meet, and just kind of like floats by and goes, hello, and just wanders right off. Everyone's like, what the hell was that?
But isn't paying attention to any of the visions.
Nope. It's just no. It's like looking around, like just walks over or floats over to this like table of like this Venus flytrap table. Like takes something from the middle, like kind of like sniffs it, licks it, throws it back. Ugh, like, nope, not what I wanted, and just keeps going.
It's a background event. Yes, so he does not have the ring. One of his descendants made the ring. Probably a pretty early descendant, because otherwise they uglify pretty quick.
Elvish Uggos, the worst possible fate for these glorious, beautiful elves. No, don't mutate me and make me ugly.
The books from his library, by the way, some of which came from the Obsidian Tower, are absolutely in the Forbidden Vault, in Indogalad's vault. They're totally there.
Good night.
The collection's probably expanded since then, but like those original books of that shit are all in there.
So just to make sure I have the timeline correct,
Mhm.
Floris created this ritual that created the Yuan-Ti that ended up corrupting this priestess.
No.
Other way around.
The priestess ended up learning this ritual. I think the timeline would indicate that Floris happened first. I'd have to look up the exact timeline of Ascus, but I'm pretty sure that Floris and company like developed this early version of it. And when Casquette got access to the Obsidian Tower, she got access to some of their research and she perfected it, or she vastly improved it. Because it wasn't a physical transformation. It focused entirely on the spiritual side.
Right.
And it wasn't just a general, you are now all chaotic evil. Like it was focused.
Right.
Floris
I
helped
guess
pioneer it.
I guess the question is, what is the link between the burning of those worshippers?
Mm-hmm.
What was the impetus of that?
Well, those are followers of the old gods. And the celestial heroes went on a crusade and wiped out all their religions.
Got it. Okay. Okay, the timeline is making sense to me now.
Are we saying there is now again? Are we still in the realm of like kind of overlay, or are we saying that there is an actual connection between these two worlds now?
The connection is what Floris and company came up with. Their notes were stored in the in the Obsidian Tower, and a long time later, when Casquette got access to the tower, he found their notes and improved it and altered it for her purposes.
Gotcha. So there's no literal like connection between these two worlds. However, it's almost like seven removed. God, I can't say the name. You know
Kevin
the game
Bacon.
I'm talking about. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's because the whole purpose of the Pact Malefic is this sort of information sharing and technique sharing.
Yes.
This is an example of it at work.
So, to make sure I have the timeline correct,
Mm-hmm.
the Celestial Heroes destroyed all of the old gods, good and evil.
All their worshippers, all religions aside from worshiping the Celestial Heroes, the official church. They're probably not wiped out. They're surviving in
Right.
little corners here and there, but they went on after they defeated like evil, they included all other religions in that crusade.
And then Ichak shows up and corrupts, or I guess doesn't corrupt Cascade, but assists her in finding revenge after.
Correct. She finds a antediluvian city, learns vile speech, uses vile speech to stir up some shit. Ichak teaches her to hack her way into the Obsidian Tower, where apparently they were very impressed with her resume.
Yeah. So Ichak is also older than even those gods that she would have worshipped.
Yes. Ichak is the muse of war.
It's basically strife and conflict incarnate, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a question mark whether Cooler or Ichak is older.
Right. The question I have then, and if there's any sort of this apostate angel, do we have any information on it at all?
Give me 1 sec and roll a religion check, please. Because you're all mind linked, all of you may roll. The bard can also bard if the bard wishes to bard. You have to decide who's getting barded.
Yes. Let's see. I'm going to bard Yasmin.
Okay. Yasmin, when you add a D10.
Not bad. 23 total.
That is a fallen solar, an archangel. But you don't know who they are. Their insignia, their symbols and signs and such are not familiar to you.
You had said that this fallen angel that was similar to Oriel, so a solar, had like you described it as like venomous, or there was something cloying about the way that they did things when they first were revealed. Obviously, they're not giving any specific iconography off, but one would think that this Primarch of Florus would have had some way to communicate with this thing, or had a name that it referred to it by, or in some way was able to acknowledge it, you know?
We have material of it. Because the oily thing that is embedded in this tree. And we have the whole reason we're in this vision is because we've been able to isolate the spiritual and genetic makeup through eons. We can find it. The better question is not, can we find it? The bigger question is, when we go looking, don't knock on doors you don't want opened. What is its, because it essentially it's the one that started this whole thing off, right? By interfacing with, because Florus was engaging in scientific and magical research, but what sort of supercharged it was the corruption of this angelic creature, engaging him to the Pact Malefic.
Right.
And corrupting him by having him kill his friend, and then building onwards from there. And from what we've learned so far, entities like this do not operate on timescales of hundreds or thousands of years. They're content waiting millennia for the first step to activate. Because the other thing too is the Pact Malefic, was the Pact Malefic old by the time Fleuris embedded himself in there?
It wasn't new. It's a very old organization. But nobody has ever hacked into the deep vaults to get the entire member roster and all that stuff.
Because the Pact Malefic, the direct actions of Fleuris led to the creation of the Tynari Assist. Or the establishment, rather, of the expanded version of it.
Right. Well, it led to you being a heretic.
Yeah.
If that research hadn't existed, Catscat probably would have found something else to fuck up the world with. But the bespoke way in which she fucked up the world came from Fleuris and the Apostate.
And we are very much linked, right? Like it's the I mean, obviously because it's the same technology at the end of the day. More questions than answers as ever. Indogalod's in the dream with us too, right?
Yes.
What is he drawn to almost unconsciously, if anything? I assume obviously Fleuris, but beyond that.
The venom that sinks into the roots of the tree. He's very, very curious about that.
My fear, John, is that this apostate is similar to that quest that you were on to isolate the flesh, is an accelerationist of some sort in establishing whatever disaster apocalypse is coming. Basically the archangel of death. Or
Until we get
chaos,
more
I suppose.
information, yeah.
John, roll perception check.
$26.
26. Okay. Somewhere
Was it a
in that-
failure?
Well, you were saying a while ago that you wanted roll, because there's degrees here. It's not a failure, but a 30 would get you more.
So here, let me roll
You
bullshit. Hold
succeeded
on.
in roll the 25, but you failed in the 30. Okay, 27.
Hold on.
We got more bullshit. We got more bullshit.
I got more bullshit. Let's see.
Go Gadget.
Ah,
29.
Hold on, I got one last bullshit.
I know. Amulet, deduction die, and lucky, right?
Yep. If I beat a 12, we're in business. If I don't beat a 12, then we're not in business. I beat a 12, bitch.
We're in business. You got a 32. Okay.
Nice.
I got a 34.
Ah. Well, guess myself. You caught a name. Whether you saw it written down. No, you saw an angelic glyph carved in somewhere that was used, but it was a corrupted one because it was used to contact this archangel. And with a 30, you're able to completely interpret the name.
Which we'll find out next episode.
Well, that would only work if it was like a name that you've heard before, right? Or a name that you haven't heard before, but you're like, oh shit, I recognize that name from the lore. Ava Marin.
Oh,
Ava Marin.
I will spell it.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah. I think I would have gone MA instead of ME, but I think otherwise I had a 1-to-1. Ava Marin. So, Ava Marin, with the understanding of vile speech, the fluency in it, the ability to read any writing, the and having seen this vision of multiple religious entities and the experience I had with Gnosis and generating languages because I built these eyes myself.
Mhm.
Can I draw a linguistic pattern of where I can look to find more?
Roll a science check, the science of linguistics.
14. Okay. It's pretty bad. That's a 4.
Well, hold on. We're mind linked. Hold on a second.
Mhm.
John is a master linguist.
He is
so-
he is a cunning linguist. He doesn't have the eyes, but like he has like a PhD or something.
or something. Do you want me to give him advantage, or do you want me to roll?
Roll.
I think this is us negotiating the science together.
Mhm.
Working together.
Using
25.
your individual. Okay, you have actual linguistics on there instead of science. Okay, great. A
Yep.
25.
I take my linguistics very seriously. John's a cunning linguist, as it were.
This is a field I'm only just starting to breach.
Okay. This is
It's funny in a lot of ways. I feel like we've kind of like, because again, this game has been going on for so long. John has become like certainly a more powerful character than when we began. But it really kind of feels like he was like like a Harvard professor that like found out way too much about the occult and got him way over his head, got transported via kind of like sliders into a different dimension, and has been slowly but surely building up his knowledge base, skill set, and powers, usually through the use of making deals, collecting items. Like his power is like his own, but like he's been like scratching and like grabbing for it all this time. And then
It was the year 3000.
and then he comes across like these people who are like, oh yeah, I was born with freaking blood of this, and this
Been in
crystal
my head
dragon, and like I'm the most brilliant scientist that was ever devised. So like all this stuff, and it's like, God damn, you guys, what do you mean you can do all that already? God damn, that's crazy.
I think what's funny is that to John it looks like that. To the people he's talking to, it's like, yeah, I literally had to cut off my arm and engage in like
a lot of self-mutilation.
Yeah.
You too can have access to cunning linguists if you just cut off your arm and mutilate your face. Join the Borg today.
Avamarin, linguistically, he's older than the primeval rebellion. Like the first fall, there angels fell in a couple of different waves, if you will. Asmodeus is in there, Iblis is in there, I think Samatha is in there. In these like sort of big, a third of all angels fall and stuff like that. Avamarin was not a member of any of those hosts. He is probably, most angels, archangels and stuff were created around the same time. New ones do appear, but like most of the original batch were all super, super old. But he wasn't part of any of those fallen hosts. He fell on his own. It was more than 10,000 years ago, but not much more.
So in the realm of fallen angels, he's new.
Yeah. There's
which is still like
a new angel falls every day. Like more angels are still falling right now.
I guess the question then is it because when you talk about like Asmodeus and those are like the big ones, right? Like the overarching,
right?
He's not in that same stratosphere?
Correct. Still an incredibly powerful entity, but not the Lord of Hell or the leader of the rebellion primeval. The fact that neither of you have heard of him, like the DC to have heard of him for a religion check, is pretty high. He's not like Uriel or any of the big names. So in terms of where to get more information about him, since you have a rough time frame and you know he wasn't associated with any of the major rebellions, he fell on his own as a singular angel, then you need access to a library or source of information that is very detailed on angelology that will cover that period. And you can eliminate, there's a lot of research you can eliminate, which is the good thing. Although it's entirely possible that some ancient accounts would include mentions of him if he played some kind of a role in any of the ancient conflicts.
Mate, I never really get to use this, and I want to give it a try.
Okay.
Because I am incredible with my research and the time that John puts into all this shit. I have a feature through his Coriander agent background called the Adversary. John's main adversaries are the Pact Malefict, which
the apostate is part of.
Which the apostate is part of, and John gets advantage on all intelligence checks related to their adversary to recall information about them. It is possible that going through the annals of, it's been, at least 10 years now that John has been literally practically living in that tower before the campaign, this campaign, most recently started going through all this. So I'm gonna pull my bullshit real quick. So
Okay, hey, you know what? It's bullshit you haven't pulled.
I haven't gotten to use that feature in a long, long time. Also, while I'm kind of calculating all this, if anybody would like to give a quick little dissertation, first-time chatter Linky is saying hello and saying they're new and is wondering if we can give any kind of a quick recap. It is a very long, multi-year campaign, but obviously just the Reader's Digest, while I'm just doing some math, would be appreciated.
So our heroes are members of an interdimensional society, the Coriander Society. They are each from different universes, different D&D worlds. They travel around between worlds, so they are armed with a combination of magic and technology. Right now, they are working to save one world, a Spelljammer-style world, where there's dragons and magic and medieval stuff, but also wooden ships that fly through space. They are trying to save them from a massive invasion fleet of mind flayers. However, they just stumbled upon some information about the king, the elven king of that Spelljammer world, who is apparently his ancestors made a evil pact. And they like this king. They don't want him to die of this curse. So they're researching what caused that right now. But generally speaking, they're trying to stop a mind flayer invasion.
Drowsy, would I be able to get a bardic boop from you for this?
You got it.
Yay!
while John goes through all the mega bullshit that is available to him.
This isn't even the mega bullshit. This is like low tier bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
The power of, I was in a library and read that book. I'm very familiar.
Power of nerd.
I was gonna say roll for nerd.
Reading Rainbow.
Have you met this party? Like 2/3 of us are. But
between the theater,
I was gonna say
the
theater,
math,
geek,
we are all nerd. Yes, exactly.
But the because the tree is imbued with some of the essence, essentially, of that apostate. Is there like a low level curse that would have operated throughout its life cycle?
That is theoretically possible. You have no evidence to support it at this time. No additional evidence. Is that a 34, John?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, like, what the hell is this thing saying? It's showing like what was my actual roll? I'm trying to figure out here.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mouse over here. You rolled a 15.
Okay, it was a 15. All right.
Yeah, you rolled a 15.
Okay.
And it added 13 plus an additional 6 for a total of with your deduction die and the Tiamat Talisman and the Bardic Inspiration. Terrible rolls on those bonuses, by the way.
I know, absolute.
That's sad.
Absolute
For
AS.
a total of 34, right?
Let me see. Hold on a moment.
Yes. 28 plus 6 is 34.
Yay, math.
But if we just mathed a little incorrectly and said it was 35?
Hold on a moment. I am
That's
seeing
when the
what I can
GM says,
do.
what if you mathed incorrectly and say it was 24? So that's why we don't use that particular trick.
I'll pay you Tuesday for a +1 today.
That's when what's his Korgabaz shows up. He says, "Well, that's a deal I'd take any day." In exchange, I
Yeah, it
get
wouldn't
your
be the first time we've
soul.
taken that kind of deal.
Yeah, but the
I
problem
will
is we
give
don't
you
have Exarch with
Souls
us.
Tuesday before.
We don't have Exarch with us to like negotiate the deal. So
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
part of the deal.
Yep. For those of you in chat, Exarch is a incredibly hyper intelligent AI that runs an entire civilization, but all of their servers and hardware are on a different universe. They have a smaller version in their spaceship that they built, but they also aren't with that right now. Although there's no reason you couldn't communicate with Gnosis.
Yes, but I assume the magical interference does not work on an electromagnetic scale.
Yeah, it doesn't block radio.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh yeah.
Like they're in the process of installing
Well,
all
I mean,
this high-tech
yeah.
BS, so
But I'm also tapped into, because we're in Dogolad's court, I'm
Mhm.
also tapped in via my drone network, which
Mhm.
does not operate on the same wavelength
Right.
as the electrical systems. So we have a secondary patch anyway.
Mhm.
Shout out to the immunity of counterspell and all that nonsense.
Yasmin's class is Mad Scientist, which does a lot of things that look like spells but are mechanically not magic. And can
And
therefore
so
screw the
Wizard
rules.
rocks up, it's like, I counterspell your big bullshit. And I'm like, that sucks for you. Spell slot lost.
John, are you still farming for +1?
Yes.
Oh, that's even with the bardic inspiration.
He wants
Yeah.
35.
I could roll lucky die, but I'd have to roll a 16 or better, which is very unlikely. That's like the easy the easy off here. But I mean, the likelihood is low. I'm trying to see if I can do some other kind of bullshit with my seals and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I am sitting inside of this big old channel, but Dukalaka, but like the stuff that I have, it would be a bit of a reach.
I do have inspiration that I've never used.
He already has advantage on the roll, and inspiration would just give him advantage.
If you use inspiration to give you advantage, but we are nerds, we are storytellers. We use inspiration for more than just saying, "Give me, a general or +5 for the roll."
Now the real bullshit starts.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Currently, we have not quite left, our premonitory vision. John had already. I didn't want to interrupt the flow of what was going on, but so at the end of seeing this series of images that shows you future events, you can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, activity to occur within 7 days. So John is trying to go back through his mind palace in order to figure out what's the name or what the connection. Like he knows that he's seen Amorous before. Like this is it jumped out to Dogalad. It jumped out to John, and so I think the question would be. You asked a single question about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, and then as part of Dream. For Dream, you are a willing creature. It enters the trance, yada, yada, yada. So the messenger can emerge from the trance at any time, ending the effect of the spell early. The target, so in this case, Ndoglad, recalls the dream perfectly upon waking. And so what I'm thinking is because while we're within the dream, we can manipulate the dream to our, we can shape the environment of the dream, creating landscapes, other images. What I'm thinking is since we have both Yasmin and Dolores in the connected via the Mind Palace. We are going to do a scenario here where John is going to have a vision of like, okay, I'm having trouble recalling exactly this. I know I've seen it. So if I were to go back through in the next 7 days, go through all of the research notes that I've ever seen for this tower, to see where this name was, would I be able to, picture it? And then John is kind of taking that moment and with inspiration from Dolores, in order to basically kind of like, how he was doing the dual disc to kind of put this performance with Dolores's help. John is like manipulating his own mind to kind of go back through like when he was in the tower, researching throughout the last decade. Somewhere he came across, he probably just glanced over this page and he wasn't looking for this at the time. He knows he saw it. And so he's going to basically be kind of taking the dream. And instead of being here in this moment where they were on Verdura and at the beginnings of the Palace of Flores, instead they're transported into the tower, kind of like following and tracking. Like when we had that, the apostate, Amaris kind of like floating away, kind of like following them to the tower. And being able to like look at this one book where they were leaving their journals and whatever that wherever that piece of info is, and we're kind of recreating it piece by piece. And so John's hope is that he can ask the question, would I be able to find it? And then if the answer would be like yes, he wants to kind of create that moment where he found it and then have Indogolod perfectly remember it. So that way, if we at least don't know what it is, we know where to find it.
Okay.
That's the bullshit that we're pushing for right now.
Using the premonitory vision.
Which, by the way, I want to add, between all of this stuff that John had cast, this was a culmination of 4, 5, 3, 2. This is like 11 levels worth of spells that he's been like layering on top of this, in addition to inspiration and all of the geriatric bullshit that he's been coming to bear through all his time as an adventurer.
Okay. Avamarin fell on the world of Orth.
The same one as Oreo.
Yes.
Okay.
He fell because he was an apostate to the gods and claimed that he didn't need to worship them to receive divine power. This happened in the age before ages. So like ancient prehistory of Orth. They cursed him with a serpent's visage and cast him out. And he had the head of a demon with him when he left. The very strange head of a demon that was dead, but he could still hear it. And the demon told him that you don't need to worship the gods to receive divine power. More information is certainly in the tower. Could possibly be found on Orth. Could be extracted from the venom that sank into... Oh yeah, so his wings, that's snake venom. It's not actually tar. And he didn't look snake-like, but that's because he was doing the Sauron thing. On Orth, in the tower, maybe in the Forbidden Vault. Maybe in Indogolad's vault. I mean, Flores dealt with the guy. He might know more. Orth, Tower, Poison Roots, Vault. Those are 4 places you might find more information. Or the 7 mounting heavens of Celestia. You could just...
Orth, Obsidian Tower, Mounting Celestia. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like you go to heaven, just say, hey, I need your records on this guy.
What were the other 2? Orth, Obsidian Tower, Mounting Celestia.
Indogolad's Forbidden Library, or extracting the venomous goo from his wings and doing magic on it.
Genetic memory.
Yeah, genetic memory.
And then
Which, I mean, Indogolad too, no?
Theoretically, yes.
Because his genetic memory is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing was because Flores was corrupted via the blood pact, right?
Right.
So,
which was
go ahead.
Which was the Avamarin's blood.
Mm-hmm.
And unless we had something specifically saying otherwise, from what we're seeing, based off of what you just told us and what we've seen during these flashbacks of what happened, it seems like this was the sin of Pride, I would assume, that has gripped the line of Flouris, right? Like
Little
we don't
column
need
A,
the
little
gods.
column B. It wasn't as divided into the 7 sins. Casquette sort of perfected that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, because,
why
Flouris is the progenitor, essentially.
Right. Pride would definitely apply because they did this whole ritual and like didn't check their math. Or were good in bad math deliberately by the demon, by the fallen angel to accomplish all that stuff. But like tomato, tomato.
What's the other one? I mean, greed certainly.
Wrath.
Wrath.
Yeah. Lust, gluttony, envy, wrath, pride, sloth. What am I forgetting?
Mendacity.
What was that?
Mendacity.
Yeah. Although that's not one of the 7 deadly sins, but it is one of the heresies. So they
Yeah.
aren't exactly the 7 deadly sins.
I'm trying to remember what the 7th is. The 7th deadly sin is.
Wrath. Vanity.
Vanity.
But I'm thinking about Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are they? Okay, lust, gluttony, envy, sloth.
Okay, pride, wrath, lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, envy. Those are
Okay,
like
there
the more modern, typical ones. I mean, sometimes avarice
Greed, I was
replaces
forgetting about
pride.
greed.
Sometimes avarice replaces pride. And they also have vanity in there as well sometimes, depending on, they switch some things out. But yeah, these are kind of like the general, like more famous ones.
So now you know. Your
And then
friends
also, we forgot the most important sin.
never seen the land war with Asia.
I was wondering when the I was wondering what reference was coming.
A lot of choices. So yeah, now you know that your friends are magically compelled to do naughty things.
And yet they've been exceedingly good.
Well, they can fight it. Yeah, they're not.
Really?
Oh, no, I'm not countering you. I'm just like, dang, they kind of rock.
We really haven't been good though.
Yeah, not really.
Wait, what? Oh, you
I
guys.
definitely
no,
haven't
sorry.
fought it.
Oh my god, no, I'm so sorry. I was talking about Adthea and Ndoglod, not you guys.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
how dare you accuse us of being good?
No,
Matt, I would like to thank you for giving us the perfect outro line. Oh, we definitely did not do what I thought we were going to do today, which is fine. I love when we go off the rails.
What did you think we were going to do today?
Well, one of the missions that you have is to go to Tunarath, the Githyanki capital, and meet with the leader of the Shas al Kul. The secret org.
The best part about Dream is that this was a short
right?
This didn't actually take that much in-game time, right?
No. Dream is 10 times speed.
This is why Little Fawn throws around like it's been like a week max. It's like, dude, it's been a year of game, it's been a year of real life. It's been like a week, if that. Come on.
Listen, if I don't keep track of the time, we're gonna go through and be like, you have 10 days till the invasion starts.
Like, hold on a moment. We have way more than that. Now, LaFawn's on DBZ time. The planet will explode in 5 minutes. 27 episodes later. That's right, Saiyan. 5 minutes. You dirty monkey.
All right. Well, I will see all of you next time. It'll be fun. We'll see if we go in the library or to the astral plane or some other goddamn thing. Who knows with you guys?
A library?